The sky filled with a glint of light at Fei Zhu Martial Academy. Someone shouted, "Xiao Lang, get your ass out here, you coward." A man standing in the center of the academy said to him that he dares to seduce his brother's girl. He will have to give his family an apology and compensation. Other members of the academy came out and looked at the one standing and shouting there. One said that Sidu Zhanai is here to stir up trouble again, and this Xiao Lang, of all people, offended Sidu Zhanshan's fiancé. The other one agreed with him. Then Xian Lang appeared with his donkey and stated to Sidu Zhanai that he had told him many times already that he had no relations with Bu Xiao Man. Sidu Zhanai said with anger in his tone, "Xiao Lang, fucking bastard," and told him that if he didn't give an explanation today, then he will. Xiao Lang didn't let Sidu Zhanai complete his sentence as he angrily told him, "You want an explanation? He will explain it to his mom." Xiao Lang ordered his donkey to attack Sidu Zhanai, and he scared the shit out of Sidu Zhanai. Sidu Zhanai got angry and challenged Xiao Lang to come to the forest after school if he dared. Xiao Lang showed his middle finger to Sidu Zhanai and said he isn't scared of him. Just wait. After the argument, they parted ways, and the other members standing there said Xiao Lang is poor, and only at the warrior stage he dares to accept a challenge from Sidu Zhanai. The other members said for some reason, ever since the trip from the Demon Mountain, Bu Xiao Man seemed to be really interested in Xiao Lang. She even looked into what Xiao Lang likes. She probably wants to embarrass Sidu Zhanshan. The other members laughed and agreed with him. Xiao Lang went to the forest after finishing school to meet Sidu Zhanai for the challenge. They stand in front of each other with swords in their hands. Other members of the school also came to see their fight. They talked with each other, and one of them said Xiao Lang sure got some balls for accepting a challenge from Sidu Zhanai. The other member hummed in agreement and said this poor bastard won't win against Sidu Zhanai. Even if he wins, Sidu Zhanshan will beat the living crap out of Xiao Lang. He is dead for sure. The other one signed and said they are the people you don't want to offend. Why did he have to bother the Sidu family? Xiao Lang is going to be crippled. Xiao Lang's attention was diverted when a beautiful girl appeared. Everyone was surprised when Bu Xiao Man appeared. The members started whispering, and then one of them whispered, "Bu Xiao Man." She actually came. Everyone's mouths are wide open, and other members giggled and said she looks pretty. Damn good. One said that he thinks she is here to get her future brother-in-law. And lastly, one questioned that is she here to cheer Xiao Lang on. Bu Xiao Man looked at the members and said no one is allowed to spectate this. One of the members replied to her, "What? She wants them to leave." The other member covered his mouth and questioned him, does he not want to love anymore? He dares to go against Miss Bu's wishes. They signed and regrettably left the location because they couldn't watch the show. After everyone left, only Sidu Zhanai, Xiao Lang, and Bu Xiao Man were present there. Sidu Zhanai said, "Poor bastard, the sword in his hand is named Jian Hong. Its blade is 3 feet and 3 inches long, weighs less than 2 kilograms, is made from freezing metal, and is sharp enough to kill people with a single cut." He plunged his sword into the ground and said he would be bullying Xiao Lang if he used his sword and told him that now this is fair. Xiao Lang said okay and threw his sword next to Sidu Zhanai's sword. He said that they will have a fair and square match. Sidu Zhanai smirked, and in an instant, he ripped his clothes, showing golden armor. The armor has a strength rate of plus 999, a defense rate is plus 999, an ability power is plus 999, and a health also of plus 999. When Xiao Lang saw his shiny armor, he blurred and said, "What the fuck? Do you call this fair?" Xiao Lang placed his foot on the ground with a thud, and the ground beneath his foot cracked. Sidu Zhanai said that one punch from him will have the power of 20 tigers, so he is just a lowly warrior. He asked Xiao Lang what is he going to use to fight him. He further said, "You motherless bastard, I will show you how strong the Sidu family is." He makes a fist of his hand, ready to punch Xiao Lang, as he added that he can't blame him for this. It's all because he should have stayed clear of his sister-in-law. Sidu Zhanai flew and was about to punch Xiao Lang, but he dodged his punch and attacked Sidu Zhanai with his fist, and Sidu Zhanai's armor cracked. Xiao Lang used the strength of 40 tigers. Sidu Zhanai was knocked back by Xiao Lang's single punch, and then he collapsed to the ground. He rolls on the ground and hits the rock with a thud. Wow, our hero is really powerful. Sidu Zhanai's teeth come out, his nose is bleeding, and overall he is in a very poor position from Xiao Lang's single punch. Xiao Lang said if it was a fight, then he should have just punched him instead of blabbering on. Sidu Zhanai terrifically thought that Xiao Lang's punch was twice the amount of power of his own. He wondered, how is this guy so strong? Xiao Lang pulls out a knife and approached him, saying all he wanted was to cultivate in peace. He does not want any trouble and added that if he keeps bugging him. Xiao Lang plunged the knife into the ground between his legs and continued saying that he will kill his entire family then. He pulled the knife nearer to Sidu Janai's part and asked him in a severe tone, "You hear me?" Sidu Janai jumped from his place and said, "I heard you," to him. Xiao Lang sensed someone's presence from his behind and told Sidu Janai to help him hide his powers. Sidu Janai got confused by what he said. Xiao Lang falls to the ground. He rolled left and right on the ground as he acted and said to Sidu Janai to don't hurt him anymore. "Please stop." He added that he won't do it again. Sidu Janai was still confused as he wondered what the hell is this guy doing. But then he saw someone flying. Xiao Lang then looked at him with a look of "Did you not get it?" And Sidu Janai looks back at him with a look of "I got it." They telepathed their messages. Sidu Janai gets up and told Xiao Lang to remember this. He won't let him off this easily next time. He will cripple him next time. Sidu Janai acted as he was told by Xiao Lang and left the forest. When he got up to leave, the area where he was sitting was wet from his piss. Xiao Lang said he was so scared that he peed in his pants. Xiao Lang also left the forest to go back, and when the other members saw him, they said, "Look, Xiao Lang is back." Looking at his face, Sidu Janai must have beaten him shitless. It's bad enough that he offended Sidu Janai, but he should have known better than to not accept the challenge. The other said that sadly they couldn't watch how Sidu Janai fucked him up. It would have been very funny. Together, they made fun of him, but they didn't realize who the actual hero was. Xiao Lang listened to their conversation, and he clenched his fist angrily. After all of that, at the stadium, people have gathered to watch the fight. The host of the fight announced the opponents of the fight. The all-star fighter Lone Wolf vs. Rank 3 Xuan Tier Beast, Earth-Shattering Tiger. The host added that the only way to leave is to kill the other. The crowd cheered. With a growl, the beast appeared, ready to attack Lone Wolf. And Lone Wolf is none other than our hero Xiao Lang. He yelled "Fight," and the beast attacked him. The host asked the audience who will live as they fought. A woman sitting in a room watching the fight said to someone, "So this is what you wanted me to see, baby. The woman is beautiful with a great body. I wonder who she is." The other woman replied to her, saying, "Indeed, Misya. He is definitely fit for your taste." Misya set a beginner warrior up against a high-ranking Xuan Tier beast. "He is dead for sure." The other female giggled and said, "Maybe not, Misya." Misya told her that if he lives, then she will give him a chance on her main bed. They watched them fighting when Xiao Lang put all his powers, his muscles bulged, and he punched the beast as hard as possible. Xiao Lang punched the beast so hard that he flew into the sky, fire coming out from Xiao Lang, and then one more punch with a shout from Xiao Lang, which is "Die." When Xiao Lang stood in the center of the stadium, everyone was surprised because the beast died, and he survived. The crowd chanted Lone Wolf as he won the fight. Misya, who was watching the fight, got impressed by him and got up from her seat. She pointed at him and said, "Go, bring him here at once." While the crowd went wild for Lone Wolf, the master was approached by someone who said Misya had summoned the Lone Wolf. The master said, "All right," and added that if he can't even stand the enticement of a widow, then he doesn't deserve to rise to the skies. Xiao Lang stood outside Misya's bedroom. She put her hand out and asked Lone Wolf, "Do he dare to come in?" He ripped the curtains off and saw Misya sitting on her bed. He replied to her, "Why wouldn't I?" and gulped when he observed her body. Misya thought that no man can escape from her. She told him to come over here and said to him that she will make him feel really good. Xiao Lang got excited and ripped his clothes instantly. She saw him and observed him and thought that he is so majestic. But he throws the ripped curtains on her, and guess what? He rolled the curtains around her and tied her. And after finishing, he said, "Phew, finally finished." Misya wiggles in those tied curtains around her body as she shouted at him, saying what was that for? She told him to release her, but he didn't listen to her and cleaned his hands. He looked around and said, "So this is what Misya's famous bed looks like. It doesn't look that outstanding," and laughed. Misya got angry and asked him what did he say. He left the place as she shouted that she will never forgive him. Misya ripped the curtains wrapped around her and said that no matter if he is Lone Wolf or Xiao Lang, he can't run from her. Xiao Lang came back to his home and pushed open the door. A woman sitting in the room said, "Langer, you are home." Xiao Lang said, "He insulted you. It's already good enough that he didn't kill him. Sorry for worrying you again, auntie." His auntie said she had heard about his fight with Sidu Janai and told him to don't do something so reckless again. He replied by saying that he heard that there is a reward of Phoenix Feather Pill for placing top 3 in the Academy tournament, and if he wins it, then his auntie's leg will be healed. She happily said all right and told him to go rest. He said, "Alright, I will soon," Auntie, and told her she should rest too. She agreed with him, and when he left she said the Sidhu family if he dared to touch her langer. She gripped the armrest of her chair tightly, and it cracked. The second day in the academy started, and everyone is in their class waiting for their new instructor. Xiao Lang thought, yawning, that where's the new instructor? He then heard one of his classmates saying that he heard the new instructor is her. The other one said that how could that be, she is the. They talked on and on saying what's not possible. Her family is one of Yawang City's major 3 powers. One said that they are in luck then, do you think maybe they could? Xiao Lang listened to their conversation and thought, who is it? The instructor steps into the class from Xiao Lang's behind. He turned around and saw the instructor, and guess who she is? He looked at her and got surprised. He said, why is it you? She introduced herself by saying, I am your new instructor, Liuya. Or should we say she is Messia, hehe. Xiao Lang sits on his chair, and Liuya goes to her desk and told them that other than being their instructor, she will also be handling matters of the academy tournament a month from now. A big shock for Xiao Lang as he got scared and thought, what is she doing here? What is she going to teach? BDSM. Dominatrix. He got terrified by the thought she is in charge of the academy tournament. She will eat him alive. His soul left his body. Liuya cleared her throat and said the first lesson she will be teaching them is about divine spirits. The students got excited and said, wow, divine spirits. That's the most powerful thing in the entire country. They heard that the strongest 5 in their Yawang City have divine spirits. One of them said that he has always wanted to learn about this, while Xiao Lang thought with a bored expression, another lesson on divine spirits. Liuya told them that, as they all know, everyone has a chance of awakening with a divine spirit at the age of 18. After successfully awakening with a spirit, they will be able to learn extremely strong abilities that correspond with the attributes of their spirits. Xiao Lang saw a cockroach on his desk, and he picked it up saying, Xiao Qiang. Xiao Qiang, what happened? Don't leave me. The cockroach was his pet, and he named him Xiao Qiang. Liuya ignored him and continued saying that every year, those who are 18 years old can go to the Divine Spirits Pavilion and awaken their spirits. The most important part is the higher cultivation rank they are, the higher chance you have of awakening with a good spirit. Senior brothers, the master has been abducted by the monsters once more, Xiao Lang declared dramatically. This is a well-known passage from Journey to the West. He aggravates Liuya even more, but she ignores him and continues her lecture, explaining that once you awaken with a spirit, the government would reward you with wealth and a title. To be able to fly far and reach the skies, you must, of course, awaken in a good spirit. Xiao Lang stood up abruptly. His desk clanked on the floor. He stood in a karate position and said that he is Huang Feihong from Mount Fuo. He distracted everyone in the class. Liuya gripped her desk in anger so tightly that it broke, and she dangerously said, all right, that is all for today. Liuya ended her lecture because Xiao Lang was irritating her. After that, he tried leaving as he thought that he should sneak out with everyone else. But Liuya grabbed him from behind and asked, where are going, Xiao Lang? And suggested that they discuss this in the office. She aggressively dragged him away to her office, and he thought he knew this would happen. When they entered her office, she sits on her chair, and he stood in front of her. She grinned and asked him if should she call him Mr. Lone Wolf or Xiao Lang. Xiao Lang asked her that can she cut to the point. She giggled and said to him that if he is hired to help the Liu family, then they will do all that they can to help him awaken a divine spirit. Xiao Lang replied to her by saying that from what he had heard, there wasn't anyone who successfully awakened with a useful spirit. Out of the 100 people, none succeeded. So he asked her how will the Liu family help him awaken a good spirit. She replied to him that the Liu family has their ways. She get close to him and continued that she was just asking if Mr. Xiao would be willing. She starts stripping, and Xiao dashes back. He ran out of her office, asking her to give him time to think about it. Xiao Lang came back to his home at night and was taking care of his auntie when he asked her if he don't awaken with a useful spirit, will he still be able to cultivate further? His auntie was studying a book. She placed it aside and replied by saying, of course, he can. He asked her how can he continue. She looked at him and said, by taking other people's spirits. He got surprised by the answer and repeated taking other people's spirits. His auntie explained to him that the heavens created people with innate divine spirits, but there is a chance for someone to take others' spirits. She added that this method is harder than reaching heaven and asked him if he is clear about it. He looked at her auntie and smiled saying, don't worry, auntie. Langer won't do such a thing. The next morning, in the academy, Xiao Lang was on his way when he heard someone saying, do you hear? Sidhu Jianshan is back. He said that Xiao Lang is going to get another round of beating. The other one said that they couldn't see it last time, so they can't miss it this time. As he heard their conversation, he thought, here comes trouble. And then he saw Sidu Janai saying he is over their big brother. You fucking motherless brat who was raised by a cripple, Sidu Janai yelled at Xiao Lang. He added that his brother is back now. Let's see how he will run this time. Xiao Lang threw his knife at Sidu Janai, and again it was in between his legs and cracked the floor. Xiao Lang said in a grave tone, looks like he forgot about the beating last time. Xiao Lang threatened Sidu Janai, and he got scared. Sidu Janai held his brother and said, save me, big brother. Sidu Janchen said to Xiao Lang that he will give him two options. Either break one of his legs or kneel in front of the academy entrance for 2 hours. He threatened Xiao Lang saying, he will kill that fucking crippled auntie of his, then he will kill him, and asked him which option does he pick. Xiao Lang looked at him and said he choose to beat his ass up till he begged for mercy. Sidu Janchen laughed maniacally and said he is seeking death. He gets ready to attack Xiao Lang, and Sidu Janai said that brother Janchen is already a high-level warrior. This kid will die for sure. But the minute he completed his sentence, Xiao Lang smacked Sidu Janchen so hard that he came back flying and bumped into the pillar behind Sidu Janai. Sidu Janchen pants and mumbled, damn it. He stood up again, his legs shaking. Sidu Janai nervously said that brother Janchen needs a little warm-up, just a little warm-up. Xiao Lang said tisk, garbage. Sidu Janchen got offended by his comment and said dangerously that he is going to kill him. He attacked him again, and boom, with a punch from Xiao Lang, he again got defeated. Sidu Janai again nervously said brother Janchen is only hiding his true powers. He is just holding back. Sidu Janchen stood up again and thought no, this is not possible, and questioned himself, how is he losing to this motherless bastard? Sidu Janchen attacked Xiao Lang with his power of the tiger. He said to Xiao Lang that he is dead. Sidu Janai got excited as he says brother Janchen has actually learned the tiger stance punch secret technique. Xiao Lang is dead. An elderly man entered the scene saying, that's one bold claim. He said he wants to see who would dare attack his Sidu family. The people around there started mumbling. One said it's Sidu Yingxing, the Sidu family's grand elder. Why is he here? He stood in front of Xiao Lang, and more mumbling came. Someone said he think he was here to pick up Sidu Janchen, and he just bumped into this. The other one said this Xiao Lang's luck is a little too bad, to have beaten up Janchen, and then Yingxing arrived. Sidu Janchen, who was under the foot of Xiao Lang, said to him, kill me now if he dare, or else his entire family will die. Xiao Lang looked at him and said, oh. Yingxing said, you bastard, and told Xiao Lang to release Janchen at once, or else he will make him wish that he was dead. Xiao Lang said, relax. He looked at Janchen, held his knife, and added, I will release him now. Sidu Janchen got terrified and asked him what is he doing. Xiao Lang cut Sidu Janchen's clothes with his knife saying, one here, one there, one more slice here, and Janchen begged for help as he said, save me. When Sidu Janchen was fully naked, Xiao Lang said pointing at him, introducing Yao Wang City's #1 young master, Sidu Janchen. He sat in the middle of the academy, leg on the leg to hide. Everyone watched him and said, wow, so cool. A group of girls was also standing there, and one of them said, hey, handsome. And the other commented, you pervert. Sidu Janchen said, please don't come any closer. Xiao Lang goes to his back and kicked him from behind as he yelled, get out of here. Sidu Janchen cried, and there was a monkey statue. He crashed into it. His peach hit the statue, and his eggs cracked, lol. He landed on the ground with a thud. The Grand Elder, Yingxing, shouted Janchen. He gets angry and said, Xiao Lang, you will die for that. Yingxing charged a strong attack towards Xiao Lang, and Xiao Lang stepped back and thought such a strong attack. He won't be able to take that. Yingxing charged a power by his hand on Xiao Lang, and Xiao Lang thought, oh no, I can't move. Suddenly someone came between them, and it is none other than Liuya. She came and applied a jade palm technique which created a shield for the protection of herself and Xiao Lang. She says to Yingxing, brother Sidu, let's talk about this. Yingxing said to Liuya, you dare to stop me. She replied to him calmly, brother Sidu, please let this go as a favor. Please let the Liu family have him. She told him that she will give him good compensation. Yingxing said to her to quit bullshitting. She isn't fit for him to do her a favor. He sent his men for Xiao Lang and told them to seize that bastard. His men attacked Xiao Lang and Liuya, but someone from a distance charged up his powers and attacked Yingxing's men. They all fell back onto the ground. Everyone was shocked. Xiao Lang thought, what? Yingxing was also surprised by the attack. And then a tiger's roar came. He beat up everyone and stood on the ground in his human form. He asked Yingxing if she isn't fit, then what about me? When Yingxing saw him, he asked him, "Sir, what do you mean?" The man replied that Xiao Lang is one of his and stated they should leave. The crowd started mumbling, saying, "The 8th master from the Drizzle Villa is here," and they wondered why is he siding with Xiao Lang. One said that this will get real interesting. Yingxing asked the 8th master to do the Sidhu family a favor so that they can have nicer relations later on. The 8th master roared and said nicer relations. He added that he doesn't think they will need any relations. He said in a serious tone that he will ask him one more time and asked him will he leave or not. Yingxing laughed and said, "Does the 8th master think that all of the Sidhu family is weak?" He orders his men to get in formation. They formed a hexagon shape in which Yingxing stood in the middle and the other 6 men stood around him. Yingxing started casting his powers. A green turtle appeared, and Yingxing said to 8th master that he wonder if he is okay with this mystic tortoise formation. Xiao Lang said, "8th master, watch out," worriedly. Luya told Xiao Lang to stay down and said he isn't a match for that. The 8th master smirked and said to kill these ants. He only needs one move. He spun a ball of power in his hand, and Yingxing increased his powers and said that he do want to see what kind of powers does the Drizzle Villa have. The hexagon they made gradually increased and became a huge turtle. When the turtle's paws were on top of the 8th master, he said just in time, "Transform spirit." A huge lion appeared from the 8th master's powers as he said, "Fury of the Raging Lion." When the 8th master charged his powers of the Raging Lion on Yingxing, his turtle power cracked and shattered into pieces. Everyone falls to the ground. Luya said a battle spirit, and it's a high-grade D tier 1. She added with confidence that Sidhu Yingxing is done for sure. With one move, the 8th master defeated Sidhu Yingxing. Yingxing winced in pain, and their formation blasted, leaving only smoke behind it. The other people there thought so much power, and that was only from one move. Is this the true power of a spirit? Now every man of the Sidhu family was naked. Ha 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 ha. Xiao Lang laughed and said everyone from the Sidhu family likes going nude. Yingxing gets angry at his comment, but he couldn't do anything because he was naked and was no match in front of the 8th master. He left with Sidhu Janshin and Sidhu Janai and said he will be back. When they left, Xiao Lang called 8th master and said thank you for helping him. The 8th master said that there is no need to thank him because Xiao Lang is his fighter for the beast arena, so it's only natural that he protects him. While they were having their conversation, suddenly Luya came in between them. She held Xiao Lang's hand and said to him that she was so worried about him. She pulls him in, and he thought nervously this move again. The 8th master stood there as he saw them and thought that she is clearly stealing him. He cleared his throat and said, "Mr. Xiao," but Luya ignored him and continued. She asked Xiao Lang will he join the Liu family. She told him they are one of the 3 great powers in Yaowang City. He nervously replied to her saying pretty good and showed her a thumbs up. The 8th master asked him what about his Drizzle Villa, and he again nervously said it's also pretty good. Both the 8th master and Luya asked him at the same time, "Will you join my Drizzle Villa, Liu family?" They both looked at each other dangerously, and Luya continued to convince Xiao Lang saying half the shops in Yaowang City belong to the Liu family, and the 8th master said that his Drizzle Villa has a daily income of at least 1,000 gold. Luya took Xiao Lang's hand and placed it on her chest, and said to him in a seductive tone that if he joins the Liu family, then she will let him enjoy her whenever he wants. The 8th master also added that if Xiao Lang joins his Drizzle Villa, then he will also let him enjoy himself. The 8th master said wait, that doesn't, and then he realized what he just said. LOL. He yelled saying Luya, you bitch. She laughed at him, and both of them bickered with each other for some good minutes. They both tried to convince Xiao Lang to join them. Xiao Lang got tired and puts his hand on his head as he listened to them fighting for him. But then Xiao Lang puts his hand in the air and said, "Alright, stop fighting." They both paid attention to him as he said he had made up his mind. What has Xiao Lang decided? Xiao Lang said that he chose to participate in the school tournament. Both the 8th master and Luya got confused. Xiao Lang thanked both of them for praising him and said that he must compete in the tournament first. He explained that he have not thought much about anything other than the tournament. Luya approached him first and held his hands. She told him that if that is so, then she won't force him. Xiao Lang got shy, and when she started leaving, she thought that sooner or later he will be hers. When she left the place, suddenly Xiao Lang shivered as he felt a sudden chill on his back. The 8th master grabbed his shoulder and called him Mr. Xiao. He said to him don't worry and added that he will always have his back. Xiao Lang said thank you, Master Ba, and told him that he will take his leave now. And with that, both of them parted their ways. Master Ba was on his way into the forest when something rolled toward him. It caught his attention, so he turned around and saw Xiao Lang's auntie in a wheelchair with her helper. Master Ba said, "My lady," and bowed down to her. He greeted her saying, "Xiao family." Xiao Ba greets Miss Kingi. She told Master Ba, "Rise, Xiao Ba," and added that she is no longer a lady of the Xiao family, so he doesn't have to do that anymore. And in the end, she thanked him for helping Langer today. Xiao Ba reaches into his inner pocket and pulls out a pendant. He said that he will never disobey the commands of the blood token. He added that in his heart, Xiao Qingyi and Xiao Qingdai are forever the young master and lady of the Xiao clan, one of the 4 great factions. He told her that if it wasn't for her, then he wouldn't be alive today. She smiled at him politely and said it's all thanks to him this time. He said that it is his duty and addressed her as my lady before asking why do she suffer through this. He added that her leg would be healed if she did decide to come back to the clan. She replied to him that there is no need for it, told him to do not to report this incident and their location to the clan, and added that she will still need him to deal with the Sidhu family. She turned around her chair ready to leave, looked over her shoulder, and said to Master Ba that after that, she will leave with Langer. She added that they will meet again if fate allowed them, and with that, she left the forests. The clan chief is occupied keeping watch over the Dragon Tiger Mountain in this fight scene. Young Master King Dai died in battle. Miss Kingi left with young Master Lang. Master Ba thought this and wondered what happened at night. Back in the academy, it is a beautiful day, and everyone is in their classes. The students are talking with each other as one questions the other, "Did you hear? Sidhu Jianchen got fucked over by some no-named person called Xiao Lang." The other student replied that Xiao Lang reached basic warrior by the age of 17. But sadly he angered the Sidhu family, so he is not going to have a nice time in the near future or forever maybe. The other student said that might not be so because the Master Ba from the Drizzle Villa said that he would protect Xiao Lang. The other one replied to him that the 3 great factions of the Yaowang city, the Bu family, the Liu family, and the Sidhu family have an alliance. How is that Master Ba going to hold off the 3 of them? While they were chit-chatting, some noises came from outside, catching their attention as one said, "What's going on?" They goes to check and saw Master Ba with his hundreds of soldiers. They got surprised as one of them said, "My god, 100 commander-ranked fighters, and there are also 10 master-ranked fighters." The other said, "Does Master Ba want to raise the 3 fractions and take full control of Yaowang City?" Master Ba, his soldiers, and other masters passed by the academy, and the students said that something big is going to happen. After a while, a crowd gathered around the fighting stage. They are securing the spots for the tournament. Everyone is murmuring as one says there are only 3 spots left, and he thinks that Sidhu Janai is going to make it in for sure. One said if Xiao Lang and Sidhu Jianchen were here, then Sidhu Janai wouldn't even be a candidate. And the other replied it really is true that if there are no tigers on the mountain, the monkey takes over. Sidhu Janai defeated one more person and said to him that he doesn't even stand a chance. He asked who else dared to challenge him. Xiao Lang stood in front of the entrance gate. He laughed as he listened to Sidhu Janai's challenge and kicked the door open. He caught everyone's attention and said me. Sidhu Janai got surprised and said to him that he actually have the balls to show up. He asked him, is he not afraid that his Sidhu family will kill him? Xiao Lang jumped and stood in front of him. Xiao Lang hummed and said the one who should be afraid is him. Xiao Lang cracked his fingers as he said he hadn't seen him in a few days. He added that Sidhu Janai's ego actually recovered quite a bit, and asked him dangerously he wonders if he should give him a good old beating again. Sidhu Janai ran from there as he got scared of Xiao Lang. He screamed, "Aw," and added he surrender. When Sidhu Janai goes to the door, he stood behind it and said just wait, this isn't over. But then someone kicked him, and he slides down the stairs. Xiao Lang saw the other person and said oh, another challenger. Sidhu Jianchen entered the academy and told Xiao Lang that the Sidhu family will forget about the previous incidents, and from now on, they won't mess with him if he don't mess with them. Sidhu Jianchen added that he is here to compete in the tournament today and told him to not make things difficult for him. Sidhu Janai got shocked by his bog brother's words and said what? Big brother, we can't let it go like this. This bastard fucked you up so badly last time, and he even stripped you. Sidhu Jianchen ignored him, and he threw him out of the academy and said this is the decision of the family. Don't question it. Sidhu Jianchen walks by and left the fighting stage. People who were standing there murmured that they can't beat Xiao Lang either, so they gave up. Xiao Lang listened to them with a bored expression as one said the same here, and he also gave up. One said that maybe the next person might have a chance. Xiao Lang sighed and said proudly, being peerless is so lonely. He started singing happily, "The Lone Wolf Who Stands at the Top." Everyone looked at him, and suddenly a person stepped in and said he will take his challenge. He said to Xiao Lang that he is at the basic warrior stage, but he is not buying that. The person ripped his clothes and added if he wins, he will respect him. Xiao Lang looked at him and said, "Mid-tier brawler, not bad." Xiao Lang gets ready to attack him and said if he wants, come take it. His opponent also gets ready to attack him as he clenched his fist and said alright. They both attacked, their fists met each other's, and with a boom, the other person flew away and hit the ground with a thud. Xiao Lang won the fight and asked confidently who else wants to challenge. The host of the fight came and announced Xiao Lang wins, and he gets the final spot. Everyone cheered for Xiao Lang. They, hooray, go, Xiao Lang. The host announced that the 5 spots have been secured, and they are the Mu family's Mu Fei Yu, the Sidu family's Sidu Jianshan, the campus queen, Bu Xiao Man, and Xiao Lang. Bu Xiao Man stared at Xiao Lang, and he thought, why is she here? The host then announced this time he have chosen a special instructor to lead the team. A person steps in, and the announcer said, you will all meet tomorrow morning at school. The person who stepped in approached Xiao Lang and said, Mr. Xiao. Xiao Lang distanced himself from her as she smiled at him, and she is none other than Liu Ya. Bu Xiao Man looked at Liu Ya. She humped and said that bitch. Xiao Lang gets nervous between them. Bu Xiao Man and Liu Ya looked at each other like they will kill each other, and Xiao Lang got squeezed in between them. Xiao Lang thought that he don't want to take part in this competition anymore. He runs away from them as they both still looked at each other with killing intent. When they noticed Xiao Lang leaving, they screamed his name, Xiao Lang. He turned around and said nervously that he has something to tend to, and he runs away as fast as possible saying that he will see them tomorrow. After that, Xiao Lang got home and opened the door. His auntie saw him and said, Langer, you are back. The other person who was also present in the room introduced himself to Xiao Lang saying Qian Zun greets young Master Lang. He added that he is to protect young Master Lang under the orders of Master Ba. Xiao Lang looked at his auntie and said, Auntie, this. His auntie said to Qian Zun that they are safer like this, told him to thank Master Ba for her, and added that they don't need this kind of protection. Xiao Lang also happily said thanks to Master Ba. But he also thought that Master Ba is a peak commander. What kind of relations does Auntie have with Master Ba? Why did he send over such a strong expert to protect him? The next day at the academy, everyone was roaming around doing their work. Xiao Lang came and saw the academy and thought, wow, so grand. No wonder why they are the best academy in the western region. Xiao Lang was admiring the view when he saw something and said, what are they talking about over there? A soldier was standing in front of the academy and was blocking the door for others to enter. He said that no one is allowed in other than students and instructors. The person asked why, and the soldier replied that Master Phoenix is in the academy currently, so to ensure the safety of everyone, the mayor gave the order to. The person standing there didn't let him complete his sentence as he bashed out at him saying, protect my ass. This is clearly for Master Phoenix. The other person said no guards allowed, then when there is a fight, the guests will be outnumbered. Xiao Lang listened to their conversation and thought, looks like this is more complicated than he thought. He held a smoke bomb in his hand and remembered what Qian Zun told him. Just send the signal and I will come to save you, young master. Xiao Lang puts the smoke bomb in his pocket as he thought, let's keep it on his for now. He decided to take a stroll thinking that things should be fine. As he was walking, he listened to someone scream and saying don't come any closer or else I will scream. The person again said save me, Xiao Lang. Save me. Xiao Lang listened to the voice and recognized it. With a serious look on his face, he thought that sounds like Liu Ya. Xiao Lang heard Liu Ya's scream and thought Liu Ya is in trouble. He steps into the room and saw Bu Xiao Man sitting in the corner and 2 men standing. Xiao Lang shouted at them with anger in his voice, are you guys all dead? Bu Xiao Man didn't reply and looked at him. The other man told Xiao Lang to calm down. He added that Master Phoenix did this. They can't afford to offend him. Xiao Lang got more angry as he removed the other man's hand from himself and said, what the hell? Get out of my way. In the other room, Master Phoenix was touching Liu Ya inappropriately. Liu Ya again screamed for help and said let me go to Master Phoenix. Master Phoenix grabs her boob, laughed, and said scream all you want. He told her that no one is going to save her even if she screams. Master Phoenix was on top of Liu Ya and Xiao Lang entered the room. He saw him and said in a very dangerous tone, stop it now. On the other side, 3 people are having a private meeting. One asked the other he want to destroy the Drizzle Villa as if it's going to be easy. Bu Jingyu, the first person in the meeting, said they have 100 commanders, 10 masters, and that Master Ba. He has a top-tier battle spirit. Bu Jingyu asked the other two people how are they going to beat that. Sidu Yingxing said to Bu Jingyu that he spoke too soon. Sidu Yingxing placed a flower in his hand and showed it to both of them. He said to take a look. This is what he got on his trip to the demonic mountain for 3 months. Both the Grand Elder of the Liu family and Bu Jingyu got surprised as they saw a Mo Luo flower. Sidu Yingxing said this flower is the top-tier poison. It's a Mo Luo flower. Sidu Yingxing told them to grind the Mo Luo flower into powder, and the powder can eat away someone's battle spirit. It's either they will be severely damaged, or their spirit will be corroded away, thereby killing the person. Bu Jingyu closed his fan and said, so that's how it works, but he added that the Drizzle Villa is still too strong. If they face them head-on, they will suffer greatly. Sidu Yingxing hummed and said didn't he see how much that Master Ba cares for Xiao Lang. He added that he has the plan to get Xiao Lang in trouble, and when Master Ba comes to save him, they will kill him. Sidu Yingxing smirked at the end and said he will make this dragon turn into a weak dog permanently. The Grand Elder of the Liu family laughed and said nice one, while Bu Jingyu said he liked this killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Impressive. At the academy, the guards noticed and said someone went inside. One said quickly, protect Master Phoenix. Sidu Zhanshan looked at them and thought Xiao Lang is done for this time. Xiao Lang entered the room where Liuya and Master Phoenix were. Master Phoenix noticed him and asked him who are you? He told Xiao Lang to get out of there. Xiao Lang shakes his hand and said fiercely who am I? He added I am your daddy and punched Master Phoenix in the face. Master Phoenix flew back and hit the floor. Xiao Lang approached him again and grabbed his neck. Master Phoenix asked him what is he going to do. Xiao Lang said to him that he dare to touch his woman. Fuck you. Liuya came between them and told Xiao Lang that he is the mayor's only son. If he kills him, they will be done for. Xiao Lang looked at Master Phoenix dangerously and said oh. If that is so then he wants to see who will die first, him or us. But then someone came into the room breaking the window. He asked who dares to harm his young master. The person saw Xiao Lang and asked Xiao Lang is he seeking death. Xiao Lang thought that he can't underestimate this guy, but it didn't stop him to fight. Both Xiao Lang and Master Phoenix's protector fought, and he punched Xiao Lang. Xiao Lang hits the wall and the wall cracks. He coughed blood. Liuya called for Xiao Lang, and he ordered her to stay where she was. Master Phoenix's protector laughed and said Xiao Lang, go to hell as he gets ready to punch him. Xiao Lang pulled his knife out and looked at Master Phoenix, who was unconsciously laying on the floor. Xiao Lang pointed at Master Phoenix as he addressed the protector saying that his life isn't worth anything, but he is sure that the young master's life is worth something. The guard stopped in his way as he said terrifically to Xiao Lang that if he dared touch his young master, then he will rip him into shreds. Xiao Lang looked at him and said don't worry. Xiao Lang added that as long as he doesn't do anything, then he won't kill Master Phoenix. Xiao Lang who was standing in the corner. Liuya walks by Xiao Lang as he has told her to leave the room. Xiao Lang held the smoke bomb behind his back, and Liuya saw it. She quickly grabbed it and started leaving the room. The guard of Master Phoenix saw her leaving and smirked. He charged his powers in her direction to attack her, and with a swish, he attacked her. Xiao Lang saw it and said not good. He called her by her name, Liuya, and ran towards her to save her. She turned around and got panicked. Xiao Lang grabs Master Phoenix with one hand, and with another hand, he holds Liuya protectively. Xiao Lang threw Master Phoenix toward his guard and said go to hell. The guard shouted, young master, as they both collided. The guard got angry and said to Xiao Lang, damn kid, and tried to attack him again. But Master Phoenix grabbed him and told him quick, run. The guard thought he should take the young master home first, so he grabbed him and said to Xiao Lang, you just wait. The guard took Master Phoenix with him and flew out of the room. Xiao Lang saw them leaving, and then he said that he used his last piece of leverage. Liuya looked at him worriedly and asked what are they going to do now? Fire in his eyes, he looked at her and fiercely said that if this is how they are going to play. He held blades in his both hands and continued that he will just have to kill them all then. And he hugged Liuya protectively. A group of soldiers came into the room where Bu Xiao Man and 2 other men were. One of them said seize them and don't let them escape. Bu Xiao Man asked the man what is going on and he replied to her that they are surrounded. Then Bu Xiao Man saw Xiao Lang and Liuya coming downstairs and thought Xiao Lang saved Liuya. The Master Phoenix came after changing his clothes and ordered his men to help him catch those fries and girls who were in the room. He added that he will have them sliced into pieces. His guard said Roger, and get ready to attack as he yells go to hell. Xiao Lang came outside of the room and saw them. He moved Liuya behind himself and said to her watch out, move behind me. Xiao Lang takes out his knife and gets ready to fight. He said to them, "Kill me. You are not good enough." The guard attacked Xiao Lang, and with a swish, he blocked it. The guard thought worriedly he actually blocked it. Xiao Lang swung his knife and told them it's his turn now. He threw his knife with power, and the guard got surprised as he thought such a strong power. The guard got defeated by Xiao Lang's attack, and Master Phoenix ordered his other soldiers to attack him and kill him now. Xiao Lang saw the other soldiers approaching him, and he thought, now is his chance. He held his hand in the soldiers' direction and concentrates his energy. He attacked them with a strong power, and he defeated some soldiers. Xiao Lang looked at Master Phoenix dangerously as he asked him that he want to kill him. He started approaching Master Phoenix with a maniac look as he added, "Let him slice Master Phoenix first." Everyone got worried, and Master Phoenix's guard said to watch out, young master. Master Phoenix ordered his men to quickly stop him. The look on Master Phoenix's face is like he is very scared of Xiao Lang, and Xiao Lang's eyes show fire to kill him. Xiao Lang's eyes show fire to kill Master Phoenix, and he attacked him, but someone comes in between them. The person charged an attack on Xiao Lang, and he hit the floor with a bam. Liu yells Xiao Lang's name worriedly and goes to him. She asked him if he is alright. Xiao Lang thought, how is this possible, as he saw the person who attacked him. He is a divine spirit warrior. Master Phoenix laughed and said to Xiao Lang that he didn't expect this, right? He added that his father is the head of the Flaming Phoenix City with a personal spirit warrior bodyguard. He asked Xiao Lang if he thinks he can still attack him. Xiao Lang got angry and frustrated as he said, "Damn it." Master Phoenix told Xiao Lang to listen up and leave the girls for him. He smirked and added he will kill them after he did have his fun. And he said as for the guys, he ordered his men to kill them all and make meat sauce out of them. But then, one more person came into the scene. He said he want to see who would dare to do that. Master Phoenix said, "Who is there?" as everyone looked up in the sky from where the voice came from. One said, "It's him, the Emperor of Medicine, Ben Ding." Liu looked at Ben Ding and was relieved as she said, "Yes, save us, Emperor of Medicine." One of the Soliter asked, "Why is the Emperor of Medicine here?" The other said he is one of the 2 Emperors of Medicine in the court. With his pills, he can revive people from skeletons. One said that with him here, Master Phoenix can't do anything anymore. Master Phoenix thought, damn it, why is this old geezer here? The Emperor of Medicine lands on the ground and stared at Master Phoenix as he said that Liu is his daughter-in-law. He added dangerously, "That try laying a finger on her." Everyone got scared of him, including Master Phoenix, as he said shivering he won't anymore. Xiao Lang gets surprised and thought, since when did Liu become Ben Ding's daughter-in-law? Master Phoenix's bodyguard greets Ben Ding and nervously said, "Senior Ben Ding, this is all just a misunderstanding." The bodyguard gave a side to Master Phoenix, and he also nervously said to Ben Ding, yeah, this is all just a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding. Ben Ding didn't move an inch as he continued staring at them angrily. The bodyguard nervously thought that he knew Ben Ding wouldn't buy it. Ben Ding said in a severe tone that his son died young, even though Liu is only his daughter-in-law in name, as long as he is still alive. He dangerously added that he will kill everyone who dares to lay a finger on her. One person standing there said that he never knew that the Emperor of Medicine cared this much for Liu. The other said he is not even doing anything at all. The experts all over the continent would go crazy if Ben Ding would just pull out a few of his pills, and by then, the Flaming Phoenix City would be in ruins. Master Phoenix realized the situation he is in and said, "Damn it," angrily. His bodyguard told him that now is not the time to be angry, and they must head back now. They can kill him later. Master Phoenix saw Ben Ding and ordered his guards to let's go. With that, Master Phoenix and his guards left. Liu called Ben Ding father-in-law and thanked him. He said to her that there is no need to thank him. He added worriedly that he arrived late and that he is sorry for letting her suffer this. Ben Ding suddenly turned back and looked at Bu Xiao Man and the other men standing there. He yells at them a bunch of useless garbage, but he grabs Xiao Lang's shoulder and smacks it in a praising way. He added while laughing that he is not bad, and he got some balls. Ben Ding tossed a medicine to Xiao Lang and told him to eat it. His wounds should be all recovered. Xiao Lang takes the medicine and thanks Ben Ding, and he again pats and smacks his shoulder while laughing and saying prepare for the competition tomorrow. He added that he is expecting great things from him. Ben Ding started leaving, and Xiao Lang nervously said to him, "Thank you, Elder." When Master Phoenix gets back to his home, he smacks his desk angrily and says, "Damn it." He added that he will kill that bastard and that damn bitch. They must die. Sidu Jianchen came from his behind and asked him did he forget that the competition is held on Mount Meru. Master Phoenix turned his head towards Sidu Jianchen and said, "Mount Meru. What about Mount Meru? Sidu Janshin goes near him and whispers since it's held on Mount Meru, then they can. They discuss the things, and Master Phoenix said in the end, oh, nice plan. At night, in Xiao Lang's room, someone is on his bed. Xiao Lang steps in and saw someone. He thought, how come there is someone on his bed? He said, who is there? And suddenly Luya came and hugged him. Luya hugged Xiao Lang, and he gets surprised to see her in the room. He called her name, Luya, and she hugs him tightly and told Xiao Lang that she is scared. She asked him that can she stay with him for the night. Xiao Lang gets shy and said, Luya, what? She added that it wasn't long ago since she was the daughter-in-law of the Mu family, the esteemed lady of Yaowang City. But her husband forced her to sleep with the customers, blackmailing her with her family, so from then on, her heart died. She became the widow that everyone would steer away from. She added, asking Xiao Lang that does he not like her either. She asked him again that he looked down on her because of the way she acts. So that way, he is always acting warm yet cold to her. Xiao Lang pats her head and says, of course not. He added, sweetly, he is not that kind of person. Luya's eyes get filled with tears, and she says that others only treat her as a toy. But he is different. He treats her like a person. She sweetly smiled and said thank you, Xiao Lang. Xiao Lang holds her close to himself and says no need to say anything. He knows how she feels. What happens next is not appropriate for kids. The next day at the competition, everyone gathers around the stage. Someone said the competition is finally starting, and the other added that he can't wait any longer. The host of the competition said these are the rules for the competition. When the competition starts, all of the contestants must head to Mount Meru and hunt beasts. Xiao Lang yawned as the host added that the competition will last for 3 days, and Xiao Lang thought, is it still not starting? The mayor of Flaming Phoenix City steps forward and said he now announce the competition, but someone interfered him, saying report. Everyone thought what is going on, as a guard came with a report and says to mayor that it's an urgent message from the capital. The mayor takes the report and says let me see. When he opened it, he got shocked and said what? He read the report loudly. The seal on the Dragon Tiger Mountain is cracking and have Master Xiao of the Xiao family head to the capital. Bu Ding heard what Mayor said and got surprised as he said what? That old geezer is still alive. The crowd started murmuring as one said that Master Xiao is from the Xiao family and an Emperor Realm Master, one of the strongest cultivators. The other said that he is asked to come out of cultivation. Something serious must have happened in the capital. The other added that maybe the entire Xiao clan would have some changes. Everyone murmured and chattered, and Xiao Lang stood there listening to their conversations. After listening to the conversations, Xiao Lang said, who is this Master Xiao? Is he famous or something? Luya came from his behind and said he is the grand elder of the Xiao family, one of the 4 elite families. She added that even a mere step from him will shake the entire nation. Xiao Lang thought the Xiao family, are they that strong? His last name is also Xiao. He got a little excited there and thought maybe 500 years ago, they were part of the same family. The mayor stood up and clenched the report in his hands as he says that is not possible. He said he needs to go see Grand Elder Xiao immediately. He called Huo Lai and told him that he will be in charge of running the tournament. Huo Lai said Roger, and the mayor continued saying the tournament must go without a hitch. Huo Lai said understood. The mayor jumps out of his seat, transforms into Phoenix, and flies away. Everyone looked at him with an amazing expressions as he is a heavenly ranked spirit. Flaming Phoenix. Then Ding laughed and said that he will go find that old geezer Xiao for a drink as well, and with that, he also left the tournament. Xiao Lang looked at him and thought, so this is the power of the best. Huo Lai said that he will now announce that the competition officially begins. All 5 participants go into deep parts of Zumai Mountain. A snake hissed in the center, and everyone surrounded him. Xiao Lang sat on his donkey, eating a banana as he said, addressing Yo Fei Yu, don't just stand still, remember to dodge. Xiao Lang told Xiao Sha to don't just run around all day. He added that he hadn't even seen him swing his sword once. Xiao Lang told Xiao Man that this is a live battle, so she shouldn't care too much about her makeup and clothes. And in the end, Xiao Lang addressed Janshin, saying, did he not eat breakfast or something? His attacks are too soft. It is as if he is massaging the snake. After that, he tosses the banana cover and yawns, saying that's it. Keep at it, everyone. We will kill it in no time. Shut the fuck up. Someone yells at Xiao Lang and added that they are all working hard trying to kill this snake, and he is not even doing anything. Xiao Lang yawns, and the snake saw Fei Yu as he gets distracted because of him yelling at Xiao Lang. The snake rises up to attack Fei Yu, and Xiao Man yells watch out. Fei Yu looks back at the snake and his foot slips. He hits the floor and the snake attacks him, but in time, a knife came and hits the snake's head. The snake hisses in pain before the snake hits the ground with a boom. The snake fell on Fei Yu with a thud, and he yelled and panicked. Fei Yu shouted a snake, and he quickly retreats from it, saying, "Mummy, I don't want to die yet." Everyone looked at his drama as he said to Snake that if you want to eat someone, go eat Bu Xiao Sha. He is more tender. Xiao Lang cuts the snake's head apart from his body and tosses it toward Fei Yu as he said alright. Fei Yu panicked more as he again shouted "Aw, a snake." Xiao Lang took his knife back and said to them they now know what he is here for. Xiao Sha got offended by Fei Yu's comment. He grabbed Fei Yu and shook him, asking did he just say that I am tender. Fei Yu said that it was just a joke. Meanwhile, Xiao Man was admiring Xiao Lang as she said wow, so cool. Jianchen looked at Xiao Man and Xiao Lang and thought he will let him love for now. He will die later on. Something rustles, and it caught Xiao Lang's attention. He thought something is coming. Xiao Lang alerted everyone, saying stop fooling around. Something is coming. Everyone stopped in their tracks as more rustling came. They made a circle in the center as one asked what is going on, and then suddenly something hops, and it's a snake again. Out of nowhere, snakes attacked everyone. Fei Yu and Xiao Sha hugged each other and yelled "Mama, help." A worried Xiao Man told everyone that they are surrounded by snakes. Jianchen thought, finally. Jianchen said don't be afraid. Look, these snakes are coming for Xiao Lang. The snakes hiss and Xiao Lang panicked as he yelled what is going on. Jianchen said that the snakes must have come to get revenge. He added that they will not be attacked if they stood still. Xiao Man looked at Xiao Lang and worriedly said, but what about Xiao Lang? Jianchen gets irritated as he says what the hell and tells Xiao Man to protect herself first. Xiao Man stops in her track and stood there without any moment, but she was also worried about Xiao Lang. The snakes go near Xiao Lang, hissing as he thought, strange, how come suddenly so many snakes have appeared? The snakes gathered and surrounded Xiao Lang. One snake who was on a tree branch stares at Xiao Lang. Xiao Lang was surrounded by every corner as he humped, analyzing the situation. He exhaled, jumped high, and whistled. Listening to his whistle, his donkey came running toward him, and he sat on him. The snakes tried to chase them, but they escaped. And before leaving, Xiao Lang said to others that they should find a cave to hide in. He added that at first light, descend immediately to the safe zone. Jianchen thought there are others within the mountain range, Xiao Lang. He will see to it that he dies. After all, the show is just beginning. And on the other hand, Xiao Man thought that Xiao Lang must stay safe and away from trouble. Xiao Lang's donkey ran into the forest, and his foot sound is echoing. Xiao Lang pants and thought that he originally wanted to separate and kill them one by one. But now it's impossible for him to do anything. This is so unfair because the snakes are chasing him with killing intent. Xiao Lang then thought about how can so many snakes gather and work together. The snakes hiss at him and then he smells something. He sniffs, recognizes the smell, and saw a three-eyed blood lion's claw mark. He ordered his donkey, Xiao Bai, to go to the right, fast. Xiao Bai ran more fastly. Xiao Lang thought that this place is the territory of the three-eyed blood lion. Even though there is a large number of snakes, they will instinctively be afraid of a higher-level demon beast. He said he should now be safe, but then suddenly, with a whoosh, the lion passed by Xiao Lang. The lion is also running away from snakes. LOL. Xiao Lang shouted at the lion, why is he running? He asked where is his dignity as a high-level demon beast. The lion hides in the bushes. Xiao Lang turned his head backward and looked at the snakes coming for him. He thought that someone must be behind this. Xiao Lang told Xiao Bai to get away first. He jumps from his back and lands on the ground. Xiao Bai snorts and goes away from Xiao Lang. The donkey transformed into a phoenix and flew away after seeing Xiao Lang. Xiao Lang saw and clenched his knife as he thought of Master Phoenix. Xiao Lang towards a high cliff and jumped to get on top of it as he said, Master Phoenix should better hope that he doesn't find out that he is behind this. Xiao Lang stood on the top of the cliff, and beneath is a pool of snakes, and continued saying otherwise. The day will come when he will wish he was dead. Xiao Lang looked at the snakes dangerously, and the snakes hissed at him. Xiao Lang cuts down a few snakes. Fighting with them is very difficult. He thought that this is endless. Why are there so many? If he has Xuan weapon, then he would be able to blow them away in no time. Then he realized what he just thought. Weapon? That is right. If there is no weapon, he can make his weapon. He saw a snake approaching him. The snake locked his target at Xiao Lang and attacked him. Xiao Lang said good timing as he inserted his knife in the snake's mouth with a swift move. The snake got surprised by his move as the knife was stuck in his mouth. Xiao Lang humped and grinned. He held the tail of the snake and says if there is no weapon. Xiao Lang smashed the snake on the ground from left to right and asked him how much can he take. He had fun with this snake. The snake instantly dies, and now he converted the snake into a weapon. Xiao Lang said it's finished as the weapon is made. Other snakes saw it and panicked. Xiao Lang held the weapon and said now that he has a Xuan weapon this will be easy. Although the quality is low, but to deal with these guys, this is more than enough. The snakes get scared of him as they tremble from fear of him beating their ass. Xiao Lang looked at all of them dangerously. After a few good minutes, Xiao Lang throws the weapon and says phew, I am exhausted. Xiao Lang beats and defeats every snake which came for him. Xiao Lang sits with the support of the rocks and said finally, it's over. Using a Xuan weapon has completely drained him. As he was resting some stepped out and said Master Xiao really is amazing. Xiao Lang turns his head around and says it was you, young Master Phoenix. Master Phoenix came with his guards, and everyone is covered in shining armor. They even have crossbows to attack. Xiao Lang saw them and thought military equipment. Someone must be secretly helping him. Master Phoenix said young Master Xiao is truly amazing. He looked at Xiao Lang with anger in his eyes as he continued saying one man was able to fight over 200 snakes. Not only did he not die, but he is also not heavily wounded either. He added that this young master really admires him. He told Xiao Lang that if he doesn't die, then his achievements in the next 10 years would be able to shock the entire dynasty. Xiao Lang and Master Phoenix looked at each other dangerously. Xiao Lang grinned and stood up, saying that there is no need to compliment him. He said he just want to know and looked at Master Phoenix with fire in his eyes and continued asking, did he do this? Master Phoenix takes aim at Xiao Lang as he asks Xiao Lang, what are you trying to do? Master Phoenix's guard says to him to be careful, but Master Phoenix grins and says that Xiao Lang can't do anything. Xiao Lang thought they have those crossbows, which means he can't be reckless. Master Phoenix told Xiao Lang that since he asked, telling him will do no harm. The one who drugged those snakes was indeed this young master, and he added that he probably don't know that he also offended people in the Fei Zhu Martial Academy. It rang the bell in Xiao Lang's brain as he thought of Sidu Jianshan. Master Phoenix dramatically said to Xiao Lang that he really sympathizes with him, for a martial artist with a lot of potential to go down like this. He added that it's such a pity, this young master really admires him, but he will have to die today. Xiao Lang gets ready to fight as he tells Master Phoenix that depends on whether he has the ability to take his life. Master Phoenix gets offended by Xiao Lang's comment. His guard says to him, sir, trying to control him, but Master Phoenix didn't listen as he says cut the crap. Shoot him. The guard aims at Xiao Lang, says go to hell, and shoots the arrows at him. Xiao Lang saw the arrows coming toward him. Huo Yu is ready to send Xiao Lang to hell, but he manages to dodge the arrows well. Xiao Lang knew that it was going to be hard to escape, so he called out to Xiao Bai. A vermilion bird appears out of nowhere and, in the blink of an eye, its shape shifts into a horse. This magical beast takes flight and leaves on foot. Huo Yu is actually thrilled to see such a creature and orders his men to catch up with them. He plans to kill Xiao Lang and capture the magical beast. Xiao Lang tries hard to increase his speed, but Huo Yu is right behind him, and they are continuously attacking him with arrows. Huo Yu suggests that Xiao Lang should just give up and accept his fate, as his Xiao Bai wasn't that capable when compared to his dragon blood horse. Xiao Lang couldn't deny with Huo Yu's statement, and he had to make some changes or else Xiao Bai would be captured. Without any further delay, he takes out a signal firelight as he has to seek refuge in the depths of Sumeru Mountain, and he hopes that Kyung Sun will find them in time. Xiao Lang sends the signal, and Xiao Dao notices the fireworks. As soon as Liu Ye gets to know that it is coming from the direction of Sumeru Mountain, she understands that it's Xiao Lang, and she rushes to save him without thinking for a second. Meanwhile, a subordinate informs Huo Lai about the assassin that has broken into Sumeru Mountain. Huo Lai was surprised to know about it, and he finds the person bold enough as he's come here without being invited. He is all set to go check out who this person is. The news of the assassin spreads like wildfire and many of them decide to go and check it out. Liu Ye is worried as she notices a good amount of people going towards the Sumeru Mountain. Liu Ye clenches her fist, and she tries to send a telepathic message to Xiao Lang, reminding him to take care of himself. Huo Yu follows the trails and arrives at a forest. He notices a blood spot on the bark of a tree, and he knows that Xiao Lang has been injured and he won't be able to go very far away. Huo Yu orders his men to search for Xiao Lang before his fellows come to his aid. Meanwhile, one of his men informs Huo Yu that Xiao Lang is currently beside the bottomless cave. This was a perfect chance for Huo Yu to shine, and he became even more resolute to end Xiao Lang's life in the bottomless cave. Xiao Lang somehow reaches the bottomless cave and pants hard. Suddenly, there's some movement behind him, and when he turns, he finds Huo Yu and his men glaring at him. Huo Yu makes him a deal, saying that their fight may end here, but if he hands in the magical beast, Huo Yu won't chop him into pieces. Xiao Lang finds it interesting, but he would never ever offer Xiao Bai, especially to people like Huo Yu, the one who rapes women, poisons others, and violates the rules in the competition. Damn, Huo Yu knew that he did stand a chance to get the beast, so he yelled at his men to kill Xiao Lang. His men follow his commands and start shooting arrows at Xiao Lang. Xiao Lang whispers in Xiao Bai's ear, telling him to jump into the cave. Xiao Bai nods, and without any hesitation, it jumps into the bottomless cave, and the very next moment, Xiao Lang follows the beast. There was silence all over the place, and Huo Yu and his men stood there motionless. They didn't know what to do after Xiao Bai and Xiao Lang jumped into the bottomless cave. Huo Yu slams his fist on the bark of a tree and regrets everything that has happened. He simply wanted Xiao Lang to die in a more pathetic way rather than having such an easy death. Moreover, Huo Yu even lost the magical beast. Unexpectedly, there was a whirring sound from the inside of the cave, and Xiao Bai sprang out of it. Huo Yu's face lit up as if the beast had specially fought death and come back for him. Of course, a guy can dream. He was glad to know that the magical beast was still alive. Huo Yu commands his men to hurry up and catch the beast. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a whip curls around Huo Yu's leg, and he panics to death when he comes to know that it was Xiao Lang who did it. Xiao Lang slowly comes out of the cave and tells Huo Yu that God would never allow him to die alone, and so he was offered a vine whip to make Huo Yu his companion. Although Xiao Lang hated Huo Yu, but what's better than dying with one's enemy? The first thing Huo Yu does is that he tries to calm down Xiao Lang, and he suggests that they have a nice talk. Next, he tries to bribe him by saying that he'll give Xiao Lang whatever he wants and pleading with him to let him go. This guy could just cut off the whip. Here, Xiao Lang gets excited by the offer, and he actually has a good idea. The next moment, he pulls the vine whip and promises Huo Yu that they'll have a good talk down there. Huo Yu went straight down the cave, leaving all his men shit sacred. Again, there's pin drop silence all around. Everything was literally over. Game over. Just then, someone calls out for Xiao Lang from behind. A rescue team from Huofeng City arrives at the scene. One of Huo Yu's men pleads with the Lord to rescue Mr. Huo Yu. He complains to the Lord, saying that Huo Yu was dragged by Xiao Lang into the bottomless cave, and he endlessly pleads with the Lord to rescue Huo Yu. Kyan Kun yells at him, telling him to shut up, and kicks him badly. This man falls straight to the ground with a thud. Kyan Kun gives a death stare to the other men standing there, and then walks over to the one he kicked earlier. Kyan Kun holds him by his neck and clarifies that Huo Yu's life has nothing to do with him. He then asks about his lord's whereabouts. Kyan Kun strangles him even harder and asks him where Xiao Lang is. This man seems to be dumb, so he looks back at the other people. These people are also too shocked to speak. Kyan Kun is so done with these dumb people, and for the last time, he threatens this man whose life is dangling in his hands. He tells him that if he doesn't tell him where Xiao Lang is, Kyan Kun will definitely kill him. After several warnings, Huo Yu's subordinate finally tells Kyan Kun that both Huo Yu and Xiao Lang fell into the bottomless cave. Kyan Kun at last got to know how fucked up this situation was. He flings off that man, and he bumps into the ground. Kyan Kun realizes that it's the damn bottomless cave. Even Xiao Ba would find it hard to come out of it alive. He concludes that the hope of his lord still being alive is quite dim. Kyan Kun unsheathes his sword and decides that he'll kill himself because he failed and couldn't protect his lord. He keeps the sword on his neck, but he stops right there. Hang on, he could die anytime. But there's one method that was worth trying to save his lord. Lord Xiao was back, and Kyan Kun knew about it. He decides to report what happened to Xiao Lang to Xiao Ba right now. He was sure that they'd dispatch a rescue team as soon as possible. In this way, Xiao Lang could be rescued. Now that he had a plan, Kyan Kun hurries to notify Xiao Ba, and he disappears in no time. Huo Yu's subordinates suddenly feel betrayed as Kyan Kun just vanished like that in thin air. The very next moment, they have some company again. It's Huo Lai who came in a hurry to search for Huo Yu. He asks the subordinates about Huo Yu's whereabouts, and this guy is really angry. The men first kneel down in front of Huo Lai and then inform him that Huo Yu was assassinated by Xiao Lang. One of them trembles in fear and tells Huo Lai that both of them fell into the bottomless cave. Huo Lai is dumbfounded when he hears this, and he slowly tries to comprehend the situation. Now that Huo Yu has been murdered, Huo Lai declares that his men should die with him too. Huo Lai attacks one of them, and that man couldn't stand the blow, and he dies. Next, the other two hold each other and look at their deputy castellan with the hope that he'll let them go. But they were wrong. One more attack, and he sends both of them to hell. Huo Lai looks extremely disappointed, and he takes out a signal firelight. He then declares that Huo Yu has been assassinated by Xiao Lang and announces that the castellan has to be informed right now so they can rescue him with all their efforts. The next, Huo Lai exclaims that all the disciples in the Fakesu Martial Arts Academy must be jailed. Moreover, other martial arts academies should also stop their activities and wait for an order from the castellan. The disciples of the Fakesu Martial Arts Academy are put up straight into the prison, and they are guarded by flames. Sidu Jianshan had different plans, and according to him, Xiao Lang should have been killed. But now things were totally messed up. He was arrested because Xiao Lang is alive. Jianshan wonders if Xiao Lang really killed Huo Yu. Meanwhile, the guards had caught a woman and they were ill-treating her. The lady kept yelling at them to let go of her. This lady was none other than Liu Ya. She argued with the guards, saying that she could walk all by herself, but they threatened to kill her if she wouldn't shut up. One of the guards pushed her straight into the prison of flames and warned her to stay inside. He also tells Liu Ya to pray for the safety of Huo Yu, otherwise she will be killed. One of the disciples asked Liu Ya whether she was fine. Liu Ya was physically okay, but she was quite disturbed mentally. Bu Xiao Man is stunned to see that these people have even captured Madame Ya. Liu Ya hurries towards Bu Xiao Man and asks her if she knows where Xiao Lang is and what has happened. Bu Xiao Man seemed to be extremely dejected, as she didn't know either. She informs Madame Ya that they were brought here after the deputy castellan made an announcement to arrest all of them. Sidu Jianshan, out of nowhere, enters the conversation and claims that Xiao Lang should be blamed for all this that is happening. It was Xiao Lang who insisted on offending Huo Yu and his family, and now they'll have to die with him. Liu Yu was about to confront Jianshan when another disciple told them that he had informed the King of Medicine with the hope that he could retrieve the situation for them. Liu Yu finally controls her anger and sends a telepathic message to Xiao Lang in which she asks him to take care of himself. Here, one of the subordinates is showing the collection of the new beasts to Lord Scar. Once the beast opens its eyes, it looks even more terrifying. Suddenly, the beast starts growling, as if something had provoked it. Lord Scar wonders what was wrong with it and why it reacted so violently. The very next moment, a guard informs Lord Scar that someone is coming in without being invited, and suddenly everything starts making sense. Lord Scar gets furious when he learns that there's an intruder getting in and wonders who dared to act like this. A man enters trembling awfully and he greets Lord Scar. He recognizes the man instantly and addresses him as Lord Kyan. Kyan Kun leans on Lord Scar, and he is in a terrible condition. Lord Scar inquires about his state and asks him why he is so frail. Kyan Kun asks him to initiate the secret enchantment and help him out. He informs Lord Scar to tell Lord Ba that Xiao Lang has fallen into the bottomless cave. Hearing the news, Lord Scar is worried about Xiao Lang, who has gotten into trouble. He immediately orders his men to initiate the secret enchantment and inform Lord Ba about it. In the Imperial City, Lord Xiao seems to be back, and unexpectedly, a lot of people want to visit him. Some of them have been waiting for a long time, whereas some of them are willing to wait, even if it takes years for them to meet Lord Xiao. But here, the only problem was that they were not sure if Lord Xiao wanted to meet them. Actually, they may be right, no one knew when the door would open or whether it would open or not. After some time, there are some movements, and one of them points out saying that the door is opening. They assumed that it would be Lord Xiao, and they eagerly anticipated a meeting. A man steps out of the door, and they recognize that it's Lord Bu Huo. Lord Bu Huo addresses the crowd and pleads for everyone to pay attention. He then thanks everyone for coming and notifies them that Lord Xiao is just back, so he needs a good rest. Lord Bu Huo lets them know that Lord Xiao appreciates their care, and he politely asks them to go back home. He also promises that they'll pay each and every one a special visit and thank them personally for their care. The people who were waiting for Lord Xiao were instantly disappointed, but they respected his commands and decided to go back home. They also ask Lord Bu Huo to convey their best wishes to Lord Xiao. That's how they head off on their respectful paths peacefully. Meanwhile, no one knows what's going on, and Lord Xiao is seen walking over to a grave, where he pays a visit to the tombstone. Lord Xiao seems to be worrying about something, and his men kneel down in fear. He walks over to the tombstone, raises his hand, and touches it with affection. Surprisingly, it is the grave of his beloved son. King Dai and Xiao Busi had never expected that one day he would see him off the world. Xiao Busi was totally heartbroken at this moment, and he swore to find out those who killed his son. Xiao Busi is determined to find them and end their lives one by one. Lord Xiao's men seem to be suffering in silence, and then he turns around. All of them bow to him, as they are not sure about what will happen next. Lord Xiao ultimately breaks the silence and asks them where are King Yi and his grandson. Xiao Ba buries his head even deeper, and he debates with himself whether he should tell Lord Xiao about Ms. King Yi and Xiao Lang. This man is unable to arrive at a conclusion. Lord Xiao patiently awaits an answer, but no one comes forward to say anything. Not a single soul is ready to open their mouth, and that's when the old man loses it. Lord Xiao gets heated and asks them to answer his question. He burns with anger, asking the same question again and again. This man gets enraged and throws a fit at them. Xiao Ba finally decides that he shouldn't keep quiet any longer and that it would be better to tell him. But before Xiao Ba opens his mouth, someone is ready to answer Lord Xiao's question. He successfully attracts Xiao Busi's attention, and Lord Xiao is all ears. The man who had attained Lord Xiao's attention respectfully informed him that after the death of Master King Dai, Lady King Yi disappeared with her son. He continues by saying that the family has been looking for them all these years, and they have tried to look for Lady King Yi many times, but she was firm in her decision and refused to go back. Lord Xiao abruptly tells him to stop right there, and he obeys him. Lord Xiao didn't care about the past events, he just wanted to know where they were now, and he asked the man if he knew about them. He shakes in fear and responds, saying that he doesn't know. Just then, Xiao Ba addressed the chief and told him that he knew where they were. Lord Xiao asks Xiao Ba to come forward and introduce himself. Xiao Ba greets Lord Xiao and tells him that he is Xiao Ba, the deacon of the Xiao family. He then informs Lord Xiao that Lady King Yi and young Master Xiao Lang are currently in Yaoing City. The old man focuses on the information and learns that his grandson's name is Xiao Lang. He then asks Xiao Ba if they were alright. Xiao Ba tells him that Xiao Lang is extremely good. He is 17 years old and has reached the general level. He also informs Lord Xiao that his young master also killed 2 high-level generals. He is a young and talented boy, and he possesses good fighting abilities. The others are thrilled to know that Xiao Lang is only 17 years old, and he has already killed 2 high-level generals. They wondered how powerful he was. They conclude that young Master Xiao Lang can absolutely awaken the soul, and he will definitely make extraordinary achievements in the future. The old man is pleased to hear about his grandson's amazing deeds and exclaims that Xiao Lang deserves to be his grandson. Lord Xiao now demands to see his grandson, and Xiao Ba agrees to make the necessary arrangements. The very next moment, his metal batch buzzes, and Xiao Ba receives a strange message. He kneels down in front of Xiao Busi and apologizes. He then informs the chief that there's a news from Yaoing City saying that young Master Xiao Lang has fallen into the bottomless cave of the Sumeru Mountain and he needs help. The old man is shocked to hear this, and now he needs to act as soon as possible. Lord Xiao couldn't believe what he just heard. Xiao Ba kneels down before his chief and awaits his command. Lord Xiao calls out for Xiao Fudu, and he quickly stands up. Xiao Fudu seems to be ready to accept any instructions readily. Lord Xiao orders him to lead 100 blood guards to Yaoing City and pick up King Yi and her grandson now. With anger in his eyes, Lord Xiao adds up, saying that if his grandson is killed, Xiao Fudu needs to find out who's behind it and kill all his family members. Regardless of which family it is, Lord Xiao orders Xiao Fudu to kill them all. Xiao Fudu accepted his orders, and they began to move. Lord Xiao then turns around and asks Xiao Ba to lead the way. They head toward their destination swiftly. In the city of Yaoing, the pedestrians notice something weird flying in the sky. One of them soon recognizes that it's the double-winged evil dragon. They were Xiao's blood guards. Meanwhile, the scenario in the bottomless cave gets kind of exciting. Huoyu, who was said to have been assassinated, suddenly opens his eyes. This guy is in terrible pain. He opens his eyes and wonders if he is dead. Huoyu can be really foolish. Moreover, he is stuck amid the whips in the cave, and he's injured too. Soon this guy realizes that he's alive, and he finally rejoices. Huoyu wasn't dead yet, and he was very sure that God had helped him. Hang on, he wasn't the only one whom God had saved. Xiao Lang was alive too. Xiao Lang smirks and lets out an evil laugh. He slowly takes out a sharp knife, and he already has a plan. Tut tut. Xiao Lang was annoyed as he saw that Huo Yu wasn't dead yet, and he tried to make Huo Yu aware of his presence. Huo Yu gets startled at once, and he wants to know who's down there. Xiao Lang taunts him, saying that he has short memories and that he has already forgotten about him. Xiao Lang tells him that he can't believe that he's not dead either. He had prepared a knife for himself, but now the same knife will be used on him. Hearing about this dreadful plan, Huo Yu began to panic. He asks Xiao Lang to make any request he wants right now, whether he wants money or women, and Huo Yu is ready to give him irrespective of the quantity. Huo Yu was at his service, but he only needed to put that knife away. He begs him to take that knife back. Just then, there was some kind of movement up there. Someone called out for Huo Yu. It was none other than Huo Lai. Huo Lai had come all the way along, well prepared, to search for Huo Yu. He bent down and asked where Huo Yu was. Huo Yu learns that it's his uncle and screams loudly for help. He lets his uncle know that he is alive down there. As soon as his uncle gets wind of it, Huo Lai hastily throws in an extended rope with a grappling hook. Huo Yu is almost attacked by the grappling hook, and terror strikes him. Funny enough, Huo Lai asks Huo Yu whether he is fine. At present, Xiao Lang couldn't kill Huo Yu, but he could make him be the last man of his family line. This guy is pure evil. The very next moment, Xiao Lang strikes and cuts off Huo Yu's essential reproductive body part, and Huo Yu screams due to the agonizing pain. Huo Yu then and there wanted to kill Xiao Lang, but he didn't have the strength to do so. On the contrary, Xiao Lang is satisfied with his actions, knowing that Huo Yu will become the last man of his family line. He laughs out loud and thinks it's funny. Huo Lai threatens Xiao Lang, saying that he'll cut him into pieces. Xiao Lang wasn't sacred of such cockroaches, and he tells Huo Lai that if he wants revenge. Pause. Xiao Lang coolly let go of the vine whip he was hanging onto, and continues saying that Huo Lai should look for him in hell. Damn it. Huo Lai almost regrets as Xiao Lang leaves the whip he was hanging on. He almost forgot about Huo Yu, who is still crying in pain. Huo Lai asks him if he's fine and assures him by saying that he's coming down to save him. After a while, Huo Lai finally gets a grip on Huo Yu, who is almost done dealing with the pain. Huo Yu tells his uncle that he only wants to kill Xiao Lang. Huo Yu was burning in rage as he wished to skin him, chop him into pieces, and make Xiao Lang die like a dog. Huo Lai asks Huo Yu to stop talking and puts a pill in his mouth. He tells him that they'll have to get out of this bottomless cave first, and Huo Lai promises him that he'll send someone down to find Xiao Lang. Huo Yu lies down on the ground, and he's still in pain. He continues to cry, saying that it hurts a lot. There was actually a huge blood stain around his private parts. In this terrible condition, Huo Yu lifts up his hand and asks his uncle, Huo Lai, to promise him that he'll surely avenge him. Huo Lai feels extreme pity for his little boy and tells him that he shouldn't worry as he'll surely avenge him. Abruptly, Huo Lai stands up and orders all his men to come down with him and find Xiao Lang in the bottomless cave. He fastens the rope on his waist and declares that Xiao Lang is wanted, dead or alive. Huo Lai and his men then jump into the bottomless cave. Down there, Xiao Lang lies on the ground. He gains consciousness and moves his hands over the grass. Next, he frowns and opens his eyes. Xiao Lang has landed in an unfamiliar place, and he wonders where he is. Xiao Lang gets up and realizes that he's not dead, he's still alive. He touches the grass and notices that it's glowing. He wonders what the reason behind this strange grass that glows is. Next up, he hears a flapping sound and quickly turns back to see who it is. Oh, it's Xiao Bai. Xiao Lang couldn't believe his eyes that Xiao Bai was here. He was happy to see his companion was alright. But then Xiao Lang had asked Xiao Bai to escape. Hang on, Xiao Bai seems to be kind of creepy. Xiao Lang asks him whether something happened. Abruptly, the grass behind him moves and Xiao Bai gets furious. Xiao quickly turns around as he almost comprehends the situation. Yes, the weird grass was ready to trap him, and before he could get away, Xiao Lang was caught. The grass wraps up Xiao Lang like a mere piece of meat. Oh crap, this grass is really sick as it likes kidnapping people. It seems that the grass could hear Xiao Lang and it was taking revenge on him. The glowing grass tightly wraps itself around Xiao Lang, and he couldn't get it off no matter what he does. These grass vines were extremely strong and Xiao Lang was unable to break out. He struggles and struggles, but all in vain. And now the grass starts glowing. It gets hot inside and Xiao Lang feels like he is melting. He wonders why this grass is heating up. After the heat, now the grass starts contracting. Looks like it was strangling Xiao Lang to death. When it tightens up even more, Xiao Lang knew that this was the end, and he announces his last wish, saying that he wishes to be reborn into this world. He hasn't even been able to grow and dominate this world, but now that he was going to die at the hands of these vines. Xiao Lang rolls and rolls on the ground. In the end, he feels that his soul has come out of his body and it's leaving. Xiao Lang just gives up after struggling for a long time and falls unconscious. When he wakes up, he finds that all his wounds have healed up. Well, Xiao Lang thought that this grass was going to eat him alive, but ultimately it turned out that it was saving him. Xiao Lang then notices that the part around his foot is getting tighter and tighter. He tries to move and realizes that something is wrong. Xiao Lang is unable to pull it off. He notices that something huge was approaching him. Holy Mother of God. Xiao Lang thought that the strange glowing grass wanted to save him, but it turns out that it was just cleaning him up before feeding him to this damn guy. He was furious as he felt betrayed. The huge monster wriggles around and Xiao Lang gets a signal that he must get away quickly. Damn it, the grass starts wrapping around him again, and now the grass lifts Xiao Lang. He knew that it was all over now. This time he was really going to die as he couldn't escape at all. Yet he struggles to unwrap the grass. Xiao Lang gives himself a pep talk and tries to remain calm as he believes that he can get out of this situation. Yes, he can. The grass lifts Xiao Lang higher and higher. This evil grass definitely has some plans. Xiao Lang finally understands that the monster was trying to eat his soul and snatch away his body. This was not good. Now that he knew the end was near, Xiao Lang started his dying rituals. Xiao Lang declared that even if he dies like this, he refuses to become a walking corpse. Next moment, the formation made around him bursts open and Xiao Lang falls free on the ground. Here, at the Sidhu family residence, the royalty has gathered a brief meeting. They blame the Sidhu family and regard them as worthless. They pass on the message saying that the city lord ordered that Xiao Lang and his family should be killed, but now there was not even a trace of him that could be found. The Sidhu family couldn't even capture the ones around him. Sidhu Yuxing asks the Lord to calm down and clarifies that they weren't aware of the fact that the people from the Drizzle Villa would come and take them away. With their strength alone, they were unable to compare with the Drizzle Villa. The Lord bangs his hand on the table with anger. He wasn't ready to accept that a small Drizzle Villa dared to go against them. Then, the Lord fiercely declares everyone to gather their men as they'll burn them to the ground. Sidhu Yuxing agrees at once and promises to prepare whatever was needed. Now that he had the support of the people in Huofeng City, Yuxing was confident about this mission where he could not only destroy the Drizzle Villa but he could also build up relations with the Huofeng family. Here, in the Drizzle Villa, a subordinate requests the lady to leave quickly as they were already late. They have received reports which inform them that the three families have already prepared and were ready to destroy their Drizzle Villa. Xiao Qingyi calmly listens to what he says. The subordinate adds up saying that currently, the Eight Master isn't present and with their forces, they don't have the ability to stop this crisis. So he had a clear solution: they should first escape and hide. Xiao Qingyi gets annoyed at this statement and she opposes it, saying that they need not hide as it's only a group of clowns that can't do any harm. The subordinate kneels down and starts begging the lady to leave quickly. Next up, he threats her, saying that if she refuses to leave, then he'll kill himself. He keeps the knife on his throat and is ready to cut himself. Xiao Qingyi looks at him in confusion, but she was certain about not running away from this situation. While solving the problem with her subordinate, Xiao Qingyi gets some more information. The report says that approximately 200 troops from the three great families have surrounded the villa. The subordinate kneels down again and pleads with Xiao Qingyi to allow him to get her out of here. Xiao Qingyi gets furious and now she demands to see who dares to run wild in front of her. She asks Xiao Dao to help her out. The subordinate tries to stop here, but it's over. Xiao Qingyi is obstinately clinging to one's course. Now that she was being extremely willful, nothing could be done. They knew that they were all going to die, but Xiao Qingyi exclaims that who is dead is not yet known. Outside the Drizzle Villa, the troops were gathered waiting for the Xiao family to surrender. Sidhu Yuxing announces that they don't have any grievances with the Eighth Master, but they couldn't understand why they were protecting Xiao Lang's family. He gives them a chance to hand them over, otherwise they'll have to come in and kill all of them. Moreover, if any civilians are hurt by mistake, Sidhu Yuxing shouldn't be blamed for being ruthless. When there's no response from the Xiao family, the royalty interferes with the matter, saying that the Drizzle Villa is nothing great, and he couldn't believe that they would be so afraid. The Lord commands Sidhu Yuxing to go and get the Xiao family and nobody would harm him as he was with the royalty. Sidhu Yuxing instantly agrees with the Lord and he immediately orders his men to kill all of them. Just then the door creaks open and Yuxing orders everyone to wait. They eagerly look up to see who was coming to fight them. The door opens up fully and two figures appear coming out of the house. It's Xiao Qingyi and Xiao Dao, and they look as if they could destroy their enemies in one go. Now that the Xiao family had showed up, Sidu Yuxing feels that it seems that they have come to their senses now. He declares that the Xiao family people can die without suffering much. Xiao Qingyi finally guesses it right. Yes, something has definitely happened to Langer. The Huo family, the Sidu family, the Bu family, and the Liu family had all gathered here. Xiao Qingyi makes a statement saying that if Langer dies, she will let their 4 families be buried in the ground alongside him. The people gathered around to think that she is an extremely arrogant woman. The Lord recognizes Xiao Qingyi as Xiao Lang's lame aunt. He tells her that she does have good looks, but unfortunately, she fails to appreciate one's kindness. Xiao Qingyi is informed about how Xiao Lang plotted against their young master and has been killed by them. He also advises her to be sensible, otherwise she won't be allowed to die easily. Qingyi gets really anxious when she hears that Langer is dead. Even Xiao Dao refuses to believe that his brother is dead. The royalty decides to interfere and informs the Xiao family that Xiao Lang has offended young master Huo Feng, and now he doesn't deserve to live. He demands to put a stop to all this nonsense and gets to the point of capturing Xiao Qingyi and Xiao Dao. The troops surround them, but they don't move ahead. Sidu Yuxing asks them what happened and why they stopped. Damn, there's an earthquake. Wait, no. It's all happening because of Xiao Dao, who was trembling so badly. He was certain that his brother can't die. Abruptly, his condition gets worse and his hand starts growing bigger. After a few seconds, Xiao Dao turns into a huge monster. The troops that were surrounding the Xiao family now started scattering and running for their lives. The huge Xiao Dao gets furious and blames them, saying that they killed his brother. He was determined to get revenge for his brother Xiao Lang. Even the royalty couldn't figure out what kind of monster this was. He urges the people to go and fight the monster. In addition, the royalty informs the people, saying that he will kill those who go against him. The troops get back and get ready to fight Xiao Dao. The subordinate reminds his young master Xiao Dao to be careful, and the attack begins. The royalty notices that Xiao Dao uses his own body to fight against the Kai attacks and wonders why he's such a fool. But he soon realizes that this guy has turned into a monster. No one knew what happened to Xiao Dao, but they all witnessed his transformation and immense power. Xiao Dao tears his opponents into pieces and waits for the next one. The people around try to scream and run away from the monster, but no one saves them. Xiao Dao kills everyone who is in his way. Sidu Yuxing wonders what kind of a monster this is, as Xiao Dao could transform his body and become impervious to a sword or spear. Damn, he didn't know what to do, but he wanted them to die either way. Yuxing orders his people to step aside, as he was now determined to deal with Xiao Dao. Sidu Yuxing clarifies, saying that he is their opponent and that they should fight against him. Just then, Xiao Qingyi, who was already so furious, begins to vent her anger out. A blue light swirls around her and Sidu Yuxing almost guesses what is happening. This phenomenon that appeared was a very strange blade. Damn, Xiao Qingyi is a spirit warrior. Fortunately, Sidu Yuxing has devil's power. Moreover, he notices that it's just a broken blade, so now he has nothing to be afraid of. Sidu Yuxing is ready to attack, as he doesn't care who she is. He wants her to just go to hell. But before sending Xiao Qingyi to hell, it was his turn to have a tour first. Xiao Qingyi attacks Sidu Yuxing and scatters the living crap out of him. She then looks at his condition and smiles at him creepily. Xiao Qingyi gets extremely wild, and this drives her power to the next level. The royalty comprehends the situation, and now they know that this is a heaven-ranked divine spirit, a bloody demon blade. Well, she is none other than the bloody demon, Xiao Qingyi. Finally, people recognized her. It was Lady Qingyi, and they have found her. Now that the lady was in trouble, the Xiao family announces everyone to get ready to attack. The bloody demons were ever ready to spring on their enemies. The royal family representative clenches his fist as he learns that it's the Xiao family. They knew that they were not enemies, and they decide to flee away. Oh wait, the royalty stops right away and they freeze. They spot a fierce man killing the men gathered there. The representatives tremble in fear, wondering why he is here. This man is the slaughter god, Xiao Fudu, and now the opponent guys are done for. Xiao Fudu seems to be mad at the people as they dared to hurt the lady. He swears to wipe out their entire clan. The situation takes a drastic turn after Xiao Fudu enters. The crowd constantly shakes in fear, and they soon realize that that woman is the Xiao family's young lady. Xiao Fudu gets extremely wild and passes the orders to kill all of them. He then walks towards Xiao Qingyi and approaches her to pay his respect to the young lady. Xiao Fudu bends down in respect and greets Xiao Qingyi. The The people continue to tremble in fear as they knew that now everything was over. They never would have thought about such a situation where they would face the Xiao family's young lady and Xiao Fudu together. They kept wondering why it had to be both of them. Yes, they were totally done for. These people have provoked someone that should never be provoked. After paying respect, Xiao Fudu apologizes to Xiao Kingi because he arrived late and failed her. He begs her to punish him for this sin. Xiao Kingi doesn't say anything and she turns around. She then asks Xiao Fudu whether he still considers her as the young lady of the Xiao family. Xiao Kingi also inquires about her father and asks if he has come out of seclusion. Xiao Fudu responds to her saying that the patriarch has already returned to the Xiao family yesterday. Moreover, it was the patriarch who tasked Xiao Fudu to bring Xiao Kingi and Xiao Lang back. Upon hearing Xiao Lang's name, Xiao Kingi orders Xiao Fudu to hurry up and take her to the Zumai mountain as Langer has fallen into the bottomless pit. With one whistle, the bloody demons rush towards the Xiao family. Next up, Xiao Fudu asks Xiao Kingi what they should do with those crazy people down there. Xiao Kingi orders him to kill the people from the Huo family, and as for the rest of them, she orders to capture them all. In case Langer would be found dead, then every single one of them would be killed. Xiao Fudu orders Xiao Shan to do as the lady commands. He further instructs Xiao Shan to take 30 people and remain here. The rest of the men would accompany Xiao Fudu. Xiao Shan rogers it and he's determined to kill all those who must be killed and capture all those who must be captured. The representatives of the royalty try hard to escape, but Xiao Shan notices them immediately. With one bang, that guy is done for and a pool of blood surrounds his dead body. Here, Lord Xiao Ba is completely annoyed and wonders if Kaiyan Zun is dead. He screams and scares the subordinate and asks him to pass on a message to Kaiyan Zun that if he's not dead, tell him to come out and see him. The subordinate shakes in fear and informs Xiao Ba that after Kaiyan Zun returned and delivered the message, he rushed back to the bottomless pit overnight. Kaiyan Zun said that if the young master Xiao Lang was not dead, he would fight to save him. Moreover, he pledged saying that if the young master is dead, Kaiyan Zun would return to the Xiao family to take his own life. Xiao Ba, who was already furious, was now confused as he heard that Kaiyan Zun would take his own life. The 8th Lord exactly knows that if the young master Xiao Lang is dead, let alone Kaiyan Zun, even Xiao Ba and the subordinate along with everyone else within the villa would have to return to the Xiao family and slit their own throats and die. At the Zumai mountain, the Huo family guards were busy doing their job when suddenly they heard something strange. This weird thing had some super speed skills. Soon, the guards spot the man and inquire about him in detail. They couldn't stand him and asked him to get lost. This man shows the guards the Huo family symbol and asks them if they were blind. He also suggests that if their eyes were useless, he would gouge them out. They instantly bow to the Lord and explain that they were ordered to guard this area, and that they weren't notified of his arrival. The guards quickly apologize as they failed to recognize his lordship. This lord was quite annoyed, but it seemed that he has something important to do, otherwise he would have killed them all. Without any further delay, the Lord orders them to get a rope ready as he desires to head down immediately. The guards quickly get the ropes ready and the Lord jumps down the bottomless pit. After this, the guards wonder about which Lord this was as a group has already gone down there. Anyways, it didn't concern them as they just do their work according to the different tokens. Instead of breaking their head on this matter, they decide to forget about him and continue their break. Down here, the Lord who just jumped down into the bottomless pit wishes that the young master must not die. He reveals himself and he's none other than Kaiyan Zun. He knows very well that if Xiao Lang is dear, not only would he die, but the 8th master would also be involved. Next up, Huo, who along with his men were busy looking for Xiao Lang and they wonder if he was able to fly out of this pit. Huo, who knew that Xiao Lang's magical beast wasn't mature and that it wouldn't be able to fly him out of here. So the next thought that came to Huo who's mind was that if Xiao Lang was still alive or not. Just then, a subordinate informs Commander Huo who that they have discovered Xiao Lang's location, which was just ahead. Huo who orders his men to take him there, and as soon as they reach that area, Huo who seems to be in a deep shock. Huo who glares at the rare phenomenon that lies in front of him. He observes the wild grass that holds Xiao Lang up high in the air. Huo who comes back to his senses and wonders what this is. He had never seen grass that could move. Here the grass was busy wriggling and squirming around freely. On the other hand, Huo who wasn't sure whether this person was dead or alive, so it was best to be careful. He then orders 2 of his men to go up and cut Xiao Lang's head off. The 2 of them try to comprehend the command and look at each other as they knew that it was not possible to win over the person who was lying up there. They try to approach Xiao Lang but stop midway. They seem to be extremely scared and the situation gets tense. One of them pushes the other and asks him to go first. The other one suggests that they should go together or they would definitely die. Both of them agree and do as decided. They jump towards Xiao Lang and yell at him to go to hell. Here, Xiao Lang was least aware of what was happening, but as soon as Huohu's men try to attack him, the glowing grass protects Xiao Lang and it fights back. The grass literally pierced through both of the attackers and killed them right away. Huohu and his men couldn't believe their eyes. Huohu's men start screaming and shouting and they began to run for their lives. But no one could really escape. The grass attacks everyone around it mercilessly. Lastly, it was Huohu's turn and he starts running for his precious life and the creepy grass follows him with pure bad intentions. Huohu was determined that he won't die like this. He plays badly with his men as he is the commander and they are his subordinates. According to Huohu, they were obliged to take his place in hell. He pushes his subordinates to die and then he wonders if this is over. Hang on, this is just the start. Huohu was kind of surprised to see that the creepy grass was still coming at him. At this moment he wanted God to save him as he didn't want to die. But no, this grass wasn't going to spare any enemies today. The grass sucks every bit of soul out of Huohu's body. Once the place was safe enough, Xiao Lang opens his eyes. He looks around and is astonished to see the dead bodies around him. Xiao Lang wonders what happened here and the only question on his mind was that whether he killed these people. Xiao Lang couldn't believe that he was still alive. Moreover, the fatal wounds that he had received had been completely healed. Next up, he hears Xiao Bai's voice who readily approaches him. Xiao Lang seems to be quite happy as he learns that Xiao Bai is also alright. He asks Xiao Bai to come down to see if they could find a way out of here. Xiao Bai was yet angry with Xiao Lang and the beast soon changes his form to a horse. Xiao Bai lovingly walks towards Xiao Lang and he pets his cute beast. Xiao Lang apologizes for worrying him for a long time and strokes Xiao Bai. By then, someone spots Xiao Lang and Xiao Bai and this person calls out to his young master. Xiao Lang takes a glance at him and he seems to be confused. Qianzun couldn't believe that the person he was looking at is really the young master Xiao Lang. This was indeed great. Qianzun asks Xiao Lang if he is alright. Qianzun didn't even wait for a damn reply and the very next moment he got so emotional that Qianzun caught Xiao Lang's leg and started crying loudly. He was so happy to find his young master alive. He was also grateful to God as his young master finally opened his eyes. Xiao Lang was surprised to see Qianzun behaving like this. Xiao Lang was embarrassed and he asks his big brother Qianzun to get up first. Xiao Lang then ignores his cries and asks Qianzun his purpose for coming here to the bottomless pit. Qianzun tells him that it's a long story and that they should head up first. Up there, the bells clang loudly indicating help. The guards become alert and hurry up to pull the rope as someone's coming up. They were kind of surprised that the people were coming up so soon. They finally noticed that the Lord has found Xiao Lang so quickly. The Lord was certain that this youngster Xiao Lang couldn't escape capture for him and announces that all of them will be rewarded for their rewards. The guards were rejoicing and they seemed to be happy as Xiao Lang would now become the city lord's personal punching bag. Qianzun carefully carries Xiao Lang and helps him sleep on the horse. He then informs the guards that he will take Xiao Lang back first and asks them to stay here only. They bow to the Lord but they strongly doubted that there's something fishy going on. One of the guards observes that the direction the Lord was heading in is actually opposite to the city. They discuss about it and conclude that maybe he is going to meet up with some other lords. Just then, the guards spot the magical beast. They soon realize that they have been fooled as the Lord is not from their family. The guards rush to notify the city lord. Here, Xiao Lang comprehends the situation and informs big brother Qianzun that those guards have found them out quickly as they were now following them. Xiao Lang and Qianzun decide to speed up, or else the guards will catch up to them soon. They further analyze the situation and conclude that it would be best if they split up, as they were actually looking for Xiao Lang. Qianzun was sure that if they split up, his young master could be in danger, so he didn't agree to this plan. If anything happens, he should be the one to die. Xiao Lang was Qianzun's priority. Compared to his young master, his life was nothing. Abruptly, some powerful-looking man lands down right in front of them and blocks their way. He had huge wings, and the scene was on fire. Qianzun demanded to know who this person was. The very next moment, the man standing in front of them regards them as rebels and accuses them of hurting his son. This man was getting extremely furious, and he invited both Xiao Lang and Qianzun to come and die. Qianzun immediately recognizes that this man is the city lord, Huofeng. Damn, Huofeng had caught up to them faster than he had thought. Qianzun tries to protect the young master, and Huo Feng frowns at this gesture. Kaiyan Zun knew that the strength of the city lord couldn't be underestimated, and Xiao Lang was no match for him. He was sure that he couldn't put his young master in danger. Huo Feng raises his hand, points out at Xiao Lang, and tries to confirm his identity. Xiao Lang stares back at him furiously. Kaiyan Zun acts quickly and blocks Xiao Lang's Kai force, disabling his ability to fight back. Xiao Lang wonders what this brat is up to. That's when Kaiyan Zun declares that he is Xiao Lang. Kaiyan Zun confronts the old man, telling him that his son is despicable and shameless. Moreover, Huo Yu was the one who brought harm to the others. Kaiyan Zun adds up, saying that now Huo Feng doesn't need to worry about gaining an equally despicable and shameless grandson, as this event can be recorded as a great benefit for his family. Xiao Lang understands the depth of the insult, and now that they are already sworn enemies, Kaiyan Zun provokes Huo Feng by calling him an old fool. He knew that Huo Feng wanted to kill him. Huo Feng finally gets furious and yells at Kaiyan Zun, saying that he is seeking death. The city lord has decided to end the existence of Kaiyan Zun, whom he thinks is Xiao Lang, and Kaiyan Zun wasn't aware of the fact that his end was so near. Kaiyan Zun experienced how fast Huo Feng set out his attack, and he couldn't believe that Huo Feng had reached this level. As soon as Huo Feng attacks him, Kaiyan Zun uses the Traverse Flash attack, and he was certain that he could do it. He indeed has a speed spirit, and he should be able to throw Huo Feng away in full swing. But Kaiyan Zun wasn't successful, and he wondered how this happened. Huo Feng had already seen through his tactics, and Kaiyan Zun couldn't get rid of him using the speed spirit. But Kaiyan Zun wasn't going to give up so easily. He was determined to fight him to the end. Now the ninth heaven was against the wind, and according to Huo Feng, Kaiyan Zun didn't deserve the honor of fighting against him. With one last damaging attack, Huo Feng makes Kaiyan Zun spit out blood. Kaiyan Zun is thrown away by force, and Xiao Lang comes to his rescue. Both of them are pushed back due to the efficiency of the force, and they cough out blood. Xiao Lang asks Kaiyan Zun if he is okay. Kaiyan Zun apologizes, as he couldn't protect his young master. Xiao Lang insists that he should stop talking and tells Kaiyan Zun to hold on, as he'll help him get up. Huo Feng realizes that Kaiyan Zun has a speed spirit, so he cannot be Xiao Lang, as Xiao Lang has no speed spirit at all. But now it doesn't matter, as Huo Feng wants both of them to know that living is no better than dying. He wanted them to blame themselves for offending the wrong person. Yes, Xiao Lang hated the fact that he was not strong enough and that his spirit hadn't yet awakened. Above all, Xiao Lang hated the fact that he couldn't kill Huo Feng. On hearing this statement, Huo Feng seemed to be shocked. After a while, Huo Feng lets out a creepy smile and tells Xiao Lang that he reminds him of one thing. And so, Huo Feng decides that he won't kill them now. Xiao Lang couldn't make out what this old man, Huo Feng, wanted to do. Here, Huo Feng did remember something important, and so he sarcastically thanks Xiao Lang for reminding him about it. Huo Feng declares that he has decided to kill them first and let them know about his son's pain. And from now on, Huo Feng decides to spend his whole life killing all of their clansmen. Xiao Lang gets anxious by looking at this crazy man and wonders if he is really going to die here. Just then, there's a huge chaos, and the deadly blood dragons start surrounding them. Both Huo Feng and Xiao Lang were surprised to see this scenario. Huo Feng soon realizes that these are the black dragons of the Xiao family. Surprisingly, the dragons had company, and a deep voice approached Huo Feng, asking him whether he wanted to kill all his clansmen. A proud man stands right in front of Huo Feng and confirms if Huo Feng is sure that he can do what he says. This man also offers to kill Huo Feng first before he can do anything else. Huo Feng recognizes him as the Abyss Black Dragon with a heavenly soul, the decider of Hell, Xiao Fudu. He instantly steps back when he learns that this guy, Xiao Lang, is from the Xiao family. Huo Feng then rises up in the air and asks Fudu why he said something like this. There wasn't any misunderstanding between them. Xiao Lang was confused, and he wanted to know who this man was and why Huo Feng was so scared. Next up, someone calls out to Xiao Lang, and, oh, it's his aunt, Xiao Qingyi. Xiao Lang happily runs toward his aunt and kneels in front of her. Firstly, he quickly apologizes to his aunt, as he made her worry about him. Xiao Qingyi, on the other hand, was glad that Xiao Lang was alright. As long as he was fine, nothing else mattered. Xiao Dao comes forward to greet his brother, and after this, the blood guards kneel down, showing their respect. They greet their young master, and to be honest, Xiao Lang isn't accepting all this. Huo Feng takes a step back again when he realizes that Xiao Lang is really the young master of the Xiao family. Damn, now he's in big trouble, and he has to get out of here first. As soon as he tries to run away, Xiao Fudu stops Huo Feng. Xiao Fudu was still stuck on the same topic where Huo Feng declared that he would wipe out the whole clan of the Xiao family. Xiao Fudu asks him again if he is going to do it all by himself. He also adds up an option and tells Huo Feng that even he could personally kill him. Huo Feng gets mad at him and warns Xiao Fudu not to push him too far. It was Huo Feng's son who was hurt by Xiao Lang, so Xiao Fudu should be reasonable instead of being indiscriminate and acting so domineering. Huo Feng asks Xiao Fudu if he really thinks that the Xiao family could cover the sky. Xiao Fudu frowns at him and tells him to cut the crap. For the last time, Xiao Fudu asks Huo Feng if he was going to do it or if he wanted Xiao Fudu to do it. Huo Feng acts like an idiot and laughs loudly. He then jumps high and rises into the sky, ready to flee away. Huo Feng openly challenges Xiao Fudu to come to Huo Feng City if he can and kill him in front of all the people in the town. The very next moment, Huo Feng runs away for his life. Xiao Lang wondered if Xiao Fudu just let that man get away like this. Xiao Fudu smiles and calls Huo Feng a fool. He then orders the blood guards to go to Huo Feng City with him now. Xiao Lang keeps staring at those blood guards, and before he could ask his aunt what those creatures were, Xiao Qingyi also called Huo Feng an idiot. Huo Feng really thought that Xiao Fudu would have some scruples in Huo Feng City, and he indeed underestimated Xiao Fudu. Even if Xiao Fudu were in the Imperial City and he wanted to kill a person, he would never hesitate. Xiao Lang couldn't control his curiosity and wondered how domineering Xiao Fudu was. He also thought about how powerful the Xiao family was. By then, Xiao Qingyi has asked Xiao Lang to come with her to enjoy something really fun. At Huo Feng City, the guards were almost tired waiting for their lord to return. They knew that Huo Feng had gone out to deal with a mere kid, so they wondered what was taking him so long to come back. They were curious to know why the lord needed so many people to catch a kid. Suddenly, the guards spot their lord, Huo Feng, rushing towards them. They were happy for their lord, who was back. They even thought that they had gotten their revenge and that now they could relax. But then one of the guards notices something creepy behind Huo Feng. Well, it looks like the enemy has been following their lord all the way back home. Next up, Huo Feng calls out to the guards and notifies them about the enemies. He asks them to get ready for a battle. Huo Feng then announces that he will reward those who play an outstanding part in the battle. But for those who are afraid to fight and try to run away from the battle, Huo Feng will kill their entire family. The guards hurry up and get ready for the battle, and after a while, both the parties stand facing each other. Xiao Fudu calls out to Huo Feng and asks him if he is ready to die. Huo Feng tells Xiao Fudu not to be too arrogant, as he is the castellan of this city. Xiao Fudu actually needs a lot of guts to dare to kill Huo Feng in front of the public. Besides, Xiao Fudu has reached the emperor level, and so does Huo Feng. Both of them have a heavenly soul. In short, they were on par when it came to strength. It was difficult to predict who would win when they fought. Huo Feng didn't wish to initiate the fight, but if Xiao Fudu dared to start the fight, he would certainly accept it. Huo Feng was also ready to go to the Imperial City to ask whether the Imperial family had changed its surname to Xiao in front of the leader of the Xiao family. At this moment, Xiao Fudu is so done with Huo Feng's nonsense, and Huo Feng gets furious at him for being honest. Xiao Fudu clarifies that there's no need for him to talk more nonsense, and then Xiao Fudu formally declares war on behalf of the Xiao family. He asks all irrelevant people to get out of here, otherwise, all of them will be regarded as the sworn enemies of the Xiao family. The people around couldn't believe that Xiao Fudu was actually going to do this, as he shouldn't be this arrogant. According to them, it was pure madness. One of them even heard that Lord Xiao gave out an order before he left saying that anyone who would hurt his grandson would suffer the massacre of a whole family. Oh, this was not good. They wondered if they all were going to die here with Huo Feng. Amid the chaos, Xiao Fudu announces for the last time asking the people to get out of here while they still have a chance. The guards have a quick discussion among themselves and the very next moment they put down their weapons and run away. They apologize to the castellan as they couldn't go any further. Looking at the people running away like mere cowards, Huo Feng declares that the deserters will be executed on the spot. Xiao Fudu laughs at Huo Feng's condition and regards him as an old fool. He was certain that Huo Feng would soon be left alone, and so Xiao Fudu offered him a quick death. Damn it. Now the only way out of this vicious trap would be to catch the snake by the head. Yes, now Huo Feng could only accept the battle and fight back. Huo Feng then calls out to Xiao Fudu and tells him to cut the crap and show him what he got. Great. This is what Xiao Fudu wanted, and now that Huo Feng was willingly asking for it, Xiao Fudu gets going with his first attack, Soul Possession. He activates the flames and opens his eyes. Xiao Fudu heads toward his opponent at an undeniable speed and Huo Feng already gets anxious. The people gathered down there hoped that these two could reach a draw so that they could sit down and talk peacefully. They knew that if Xiao Fudu got killed in here, Lord Xiao would kill all of them. There were no other sounds than the loud booms coming from the great fighters. Xiao Lang, who observed the fight, was surprised to see the amount of intensity. Okay, so this was the Emperor's level of the Soul of Heaven. Xiao Lang observed their speed and power and wondered that it must require a lot of tiger power. Xiao Qingyi informs Xiao Lang that it's not the tiger power, but the dragon power. She adds up, saying that, to be exact, Xiao Fudu has almost 300 pounds of dragon power, whereas Huo Feng has almost 240 pounds of dragon power. Xiao Lang understands it well. He desires to be 1,000 times better than them. The fight wasn't going on as hoped, and Huo Feng was losing. Damn, Huo Feng was certain that he would be killed by Xiao Fudu if this went on. It seems as if he has to make it over as soon as possible. Huo Feng then uses his special skill of Prairie Fire. His men down there guessed it right that their lord was now using the soul fighting skill. It was at the heavenly soul level and now they found some hope. Xiao Fudu notices the soul fighting skill, and yes, he has been waiting for this for a long time. Xiao Fudu then uses his dragon power and activates the Night Dagger. Huo Feng soon realizes that his soul fighting skill does not affect Xiao Fudu at all. Xiao Fudu was someone who could do what others couldn't do. Next up, Xiao Fudu attacks Huo Feng with the dagger and thrusts it into Huo Feng's neck. After this, Xiao Fudu punches the city lord, and this seems to be the end of Huo Feng's existence. Xiao Qingyi notices that Xiao Fudu used the night dagger, and now she was certain that Huo Feng couldn't do anything. It seems that the battle is over. This was indeed sect killing. Xiao Lang looks up and observes the dragons roaring at each other, and one of them was definitely at a disadvantage. With loads of bashes and booms, Huo Feng's body finally crashes down. Everyone watches in extreme silence and wonders if he is dead. Yes, the castellan of Huo Feng City is dead. And this man, Xiao Fudu, was officially declared as a demon. They quickly kneel down and surrender to the demon. Xiao Fudu had clearly given them a chance, but they chose to disobey him. They have missed the chance and now they all have to die. Xiao Fudu orders his men to kill everyone from Huo Feng City present there. The people begin to run here and they're constantly screaming for help. Xiao Lang wonders if Xiao Fudu was trying to kill all of them. Next up, Xiao Lang hears a carriage approaching him. A tall man gets off and the people immediately recognize him as the king of medicine. They rush towards him and beg for help. The old man clears his throat and gets all the attention. He then addresses Xiao Fudu and asks him if he really wants to kill all of these people. Now that Huo Feng was dead, he requests Xiao Fudu to let go of them for his sake. Xiao Fudu commands his men to keep killing, and this old man gets extremely frustrated. The king of medicine was well aware of the fact that Xiao Fudu was famous for being unreasonable, and he wondered what else he should do. That's when his eyes fell upon Xiao Lang. He turns around and asks Xiao Lang what he is doing here. The old man remembers that Xiao Lang's family name is Xiao. Yes, he was one of the members of the Xiao family. The old man pleads with Xiao Lang to stop his elders as too much killing was not good for his reputation. Xiao Lang comprehends the situation and gives a thumbs up to Mr. Mu. Xiao Lang asks his aunt if she could stop the killing, and Xiao Qingyi asks him to make the decision himself. Xiao Fudu overhears the conversation and orders his men to stop as Master Xiao Lang asked them to. Everyone immediately stops the killing, as said. Mr. Mu focuses on how Xiao Fudu addressed Xiao Lang as Master Lang. So Xiao Lang was really the young master of the Xiao family, and Xiao Fudu had to obey him. Mr. Mu knew that not long ago, Xiao Lang was almost killed by the Sidu family, and he wondered what was going on. He tells Xiao Lang that he had just gotten back from the Xiao family and he didn't know what was going on here. Xiao Lang ignores his questions and curiosity, and instead asks Mr. Mu where Liu Ye and the people from the Feizu Martial Arts Academy were. One of the guards informs Xiao Lang that they were locked up in prison by the deputy castellan. On hearing this, Mr. Mu gets instantly angry and heads towards Xiao Fudu to tell him that he takes his words back and tells him to order his men to kill all of them. Xiao Fudu seems to be annoyed and then he asks Xiao Qingyi her opinion. Xiao Qingyi passes down the orders to get Liu Ye and the other people from the Feizu Martial Arts Academy out. Here, the ones who were locked up were now set free, and they demanded to know who was leading the way and where they were going. Liu Ye knew that this man was from the Xiao family, but she couldn't guess why he was here. Mu Feiyu had noticed that the people of the Huo family were gone, and he wondered if they were okay now. On the other hand, Sidu Jianshan wondered who had saved them, and he was very interested to know if Xiao Lang was dead. After coming out of the prison, the disciples of the Feizu Martial Arts Academy walked towards freedom. But very soon they stopped dead on the way. Liuya, Sidu Jianshan, and Mu Feiyu find a good number of dead bodies lying on their path. Liuya wondered what had happened here. Mu Feiyu was getting anxious seeing so many people dying here, and he was worried about facing the same situation. Liuya doubted if this man had brought them here to kill them. She looks around, and to her surprise, she finds Xiao Lang. Mu Feiyu wondered why Xiao Lang was here. Sidu Jianshan was annoyed that this guy wasn't dead yet. Without any delay, Liuya calls out to Xiao Lang, and he quickly turns behind. Xiao Lang looks at Liuya and feels blessed once again. He asks her to come to him. Liuya hesitates and clenches her fist. She thinks that she shouldn't go to him. Xiao Lang senses her hesitancy and stretches his hand forward, asking her to come to him. Liuya was glad, and she finally took his hand in her hand. They hold hands, and she gives him a heartwarming smile. Xiao Lang looks at her as if there's no tomorrow. They get closer, and Xiao Qingyi observes them carefully. She smiles happily, and she knows that Xiao Lang has grown up now. Xiao Qingyi then announces that they have to go back. Yes, they indeed had to get back to Yaowang City first. Xiao Qingyi asks Xiao Fudu to take care of the affairs here and informs him that when he is back, they will go and pay a visit to the Xiao family together. Xiao Fudu rightly agrees, but Xiao Lang seems to disagree with Lady Qingyi. Xiao Qingyi looks confused, and she wonders what Xiao Lang was planning to do. Xiao Lang steps forward and declares that he has one more thing to do. It was time for him to settle down scores with Sidu Jianshan. Xiao Lang confronts him, and Jianshan was already worried about the situation as he keeps wondering what Xiao Lang wants to do. Deep down, this guy trembles as he doubts that Xiao Lang definitely knew something. Xiao Lang brings up a past incident where Xiao Lang had clearly told Sidu Jianshan that he was not interested in playing with him. But Jianshan continued to play tricks on him again and again. Xiao Lang was pretty sure that during an event, a chain snake had gone after him crazily was done by Sidu Jianshan. Xiao Lang praises Jianshan for his stupidity, and how he did all this without anybody knowing about it. Xiao Lang claims that he almost died at that time. Sidu Jianshan trembles badly and tries to deny that he didn't do it. The very next moment, Jianshan kneels down in front of Xiao Lang and apologizes. He begs for forgiveness and claims that at that time he was blind. Jianshan agrees that he shouldn't have done that and apologizes continuously. He sincerely asks Xiao Lang to spare his life, but Xiao Lang definitely has some different plans. Next up, Xiao Lang unsheathes his sword and wields it. The sword swiftly cuts through Sidu Jianshan's body, and he cries in pain. He then falls onto the ground with a bang. Xiao Fudu was impressed by this move and he openly praises Xiao Lang. He was satisfied, as Xiao Qingyi has a great son. Xiao Qingyi nods in approval, and she knows that Xiao Lang has now grown up. Xiao Lang's fellow companions were stunned, and they knew that Xiao Lang was formidable. Bu Xiao Man notices Xiao Lang going far away, and she gets emotional as he was now really getting farther and farther away from her. Here, one of the guards informs Xiao Fudu that Lady Qingyi and Xiao Lang have returned to Yaowang City. He then asks his lord what to do with the other fighters from the Huo family. Xiao Fudu orders his men to kill them all. Now that Xiao Fudu had ordered a dreadful slaughter of their enemies, the blood dragons roared in excitement. Xiao Lang was worried and asked his aunt about what Xiao Fudu would do. Xiao Qingyi couldn't help but taunt him, saying that even after so many years, he's still not tough enough. If Xiao Lang continued to be merciful to his enemies, he would end up hurting himself. People here in the Soul Land were brutal, and if he didn't kill the enemies first, they would slaughter his whole family. The whole Xiao family would have been dead if the people of Huofeng City had united and attacked them. Moreover, Xiao Fudu could succeed effortlessly because of his reputation as a cruel killer, which was overwhelming. It was a reputation earned by the Xiao family through 1,000 years of killing. Xiao Lang knew about this, but he still thinks that it's inhuman to kill the weak. Xiao Qingyi clarifies that the Xiao family never kills the weak. In fact, it was a family rule that no one was allowed to kill innocent civilians. She knew that Xiao Lang was confused and had a lot of questions. Xiao Qingyi promises to answer him when they go back to Yaowang City. Now that Xiao Lang had grown up, it was time to tell him the truth. Once they are back in Yaowang City, Xiao Qingyi begins with the real backstory of Xiao Lang. Xiao Qingyi introduces herself and tells Xiao Lang about his grandfather, Xiao Busi, who is also her father. He is the patriarch of the Xiao family, which is one of the 4 superior families. Qingyi continues the story and tells Xiao Lang about his parents, who died soon after he was born. Later on, Xiao Busi was trapped in the Longhu Mountain, and King Yi was afraid that he would be imprisoned there for life, so she took Xiao Lang away and left the Xiao family. Xiao Busi was back now, and King Yi couldn't wait to meet her father. She even offers Xiao Lang to join her. So it turns out that Xiao Lang was really a descendant of a prestigious family, but he has never been emotionally attached to the Xiao family, and he doesn't even care about them. He just wants to be with Xiao King Yi and Xiao Dao. So Xiao Lang asks his aunt to decide for him. King Yi suggests that he go back and pay tribute to his deceased parents and meet his grandfather. She assures him, saying that if he ever feels uncomfortable, they'll leave immediately. King Yi promises to be with her wherever she goes. Besides all this, Xiao Lang wanted to know about the phoenix pills that couldn't cure Xiao King Yi's legs. Yes, King Yi had lied to him because she wanted Xiao Lang to focus on his practice. She assures him that once they are back with the Xiao family, they'll find better medicine and everything will be fine. Rather than this, Xiao Lang also inquires about Xiao Ba, about how his father died, and about his grandfather's nature. He was also curious if the government would go after them as they killed people in Huofeng City. Xiao King Yi asks him to relax and sort out his doubts. They were going to set off tomorrow, and Xiao Lang still had enough of time. Later on, Xiao Lang meets up with Liu Ye. First things first, he clarifies that he didn't mean to lie to her, as he himself didn't know that he was a descendant of the Xiao family. Xiao Lang then promises Liu Ye that nothing will happen to the Liu family, and he'll ask Lord Ba to take care of it. He informs her about his plans, and he assures her that he'll pick her up when he settles down. Liu Ye also promises to wait for him no matter how long it takes, and they kiss passionately. Xiao Lang asks her to wait like a good girl, and she agrees. Amid the strangest of all things, Xiao Lang gets a dream about that weird glowing grass that had troubled him to some great extent, and it entangles his body again. Abruptly, he opens his eyes, and damn, this was definitely not a dream, as all of his wounds were healed. He decides to ask his grandfather about it later. By then, Liu Ye, who was already awake, asked Xiao Lang whether he had a nightmare. She was awake because she wanted to look at Xiao Lang for a little longer. Xiao Lang looks at her with love in his eyes and reassures her, saying that he will bring her to the Xiao family soon. Liu Ye was fine with everything as long as she had Xiao Lang by her side. She was glad, as she had finally tamed a lone wolf like him. Well, this girl was really an evil spirit, and now she wants to be evil to him again. Later in the morning, everyone gathers around, and Xiao Lang thanks Xiao Ba for taking care of him these days. He promises to definitely return this favor in the future. Xiao Ba modestly answers, saying that he was just doing his duty. Next up, Xiao Lang bids goodbye to Liu Ye, and she hugs him tightly. Xiao Lang then leaves with the thought of definitely seeing her again. Xiao Ba looks at him and wonders if this lone wolf is finally going to howl into the world. Well, this man is so wild and intractable, so Xiao Ba couldn't help but think about the earth-shaking things that he would cause when he arrived in the Imperial City. Here, Liu Ye also looks at Xiao Lang and hopes that when her little man rises high in the world, he won't forget that there's a woman called Liu Ye waiting for him in Yaowang City. The Zhan dynasty, which has a long history, has been in the Soul Land for more than 1,000 years. The Zai dynasty in the north has tried to seize this rich land so many times, but it has all been in vain. During the past 100 years, the royalty of the Zhan dynasty has become weak, mainly because of this generation's vicious emperor. He enjoys his life, continues to indulge himself in sex and booze, and has accomplished nothing. However, the army of the Zai dynasty never ever got the chance to set foot in the land of the Zhan dynasty, especially because of the 4 super families and an army god. The most revered strong man from the Zai dynasty has rightly said that the Zhan dynasty will thrive as long as the 4 super families and the army god are still there. So from this, it was clear how important these 4 super families are to the Zhan dynasty. Here, Xiao Lang finally reaches the Xiao family mansion, and amid the bustling, he desires to meet his grandfather, and he's certain that Xiao Busi must be the best of the best. Here's the video ends. Guys, if you like this recap, then like the video. I will meet you in another video. Till then, bye.